like the Nintendo Switch, I have made my arrival, and I am back. Welcome, everyone, back to one of my streams today. We are going to be playing some Wuwa later, and I'm still trying to get used to it. This is what, day 4, day 5? In Twitch days, of course. Like one full day of streaming is one day. So this is the 5th time streaming since I've been back, which has been pretty good. You know, to be 5 days already. My goal is to make it to 10 days without too many issues, and I think I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm doing pretty good. So here's what we're gonna do today. I have a conversation about. I want to talk about hard work. That's my thing. Because like any good, well, really quick, I just want to make sure my YouTube friends. Last time I couldn't see chat on screen, so if I type in now, I should be able to see them. There we go. Okay, we're chilling. We're chilling. But what I was saying is, hard work pays off, even if in the moment you don't really see it. As long as you keep your head down and just sail the course, keep at it, that's when you will succeed. Not when you work your hardest, not when you get through a tough day, but if you can keep working hard for, let's just say, months, just a couple months straight, just keep on working hard, you'll see a little bit of the results. Give it a few years, boom, there it is. You'll see a ton of it. And part of one thing I want to work on, so it's Men's Mental Health Month, which I think is super pog. It's super dope. I support men's mental health because there's a lot of men and friends and family. I will just include I will just make it a broad statement and just be like, pretty much everyone in my life in one way or another has dealt with mental health. And I think it's important to shine a light on it and help people through it and give them some good advice, things they can work on, but also create sort of that community of just outreach and helping each other when you guys are in need, right? That's just my thing. That's what I prefer. So one way to do it is by, I think, the thing that I think is easiest that anyone can do, and that is show by example. And it really doesn't take a whole village to do this. It really can just be one person influencing everyone around them. But that's the power of the single individual, right? So, sorry, I'm gonna crank this up just a little bit. Oh, I am way too loud. There we go. A little bit loud. There we go. Cool. I just want to hear myself better. Anyways. So, one of my favorite shows, it's one of my favorite anime of all time, Magi. And specifically because of one individual character, and that is Sinbad. And the reason why I love Sinbad is because Sinbad not only is a goat, he literally is one of the coolest characters in all of fiction. But his whole thing too is he wanted to rise to power and become this great man, this great adventurer who has all these different powers because he wanted to help the people around him and unite the world and help save a lot of the issues that he was seeing in his daily life. And I think that is very much true for everyone. This is something that I think crosses the boundary between fiction and reality, where, how they say truth can be stranger than fiction. Well, I feel like there's also times where truth is almost equal to fiction. Some of the themes within fiction can translate over to reality pretty well, despite, fiction containing elements of magic, elements of, the disbelief, right? You gotta suspend your disbelief. Like moments like that with superpowers or, someone throwing lightning at you. That's not really possible in real life, right? But What I think is real cool is if you can learn to sort of channel that and just become a better person that way, of like being a good role model, right? Sinbad is a great role model to some of the characters in the show, helping them out, giving them advice, you know, supporting them when they need help. And I think that is very much true for everyone, is if you work hard, that's step one. Because if you work hard and set an example of what it is like to be an amazing person, a lot of people, and here's the funny thing about it, some people will tell you that you've helped them out, but sometimes people are silent about it. And it's almost like like voyeurism in a way, where they're just watching you. And even if they're not directly saying you helped make them a better person or made them feel better, subconsciously, your contributions, if you work hard in your daily life and you are diligent, you are professional, you know, that will reflect really well on those around you. And I think that's super dope. I do. I think that is something that is very amazing. And part of like one of the greatest things about humanity is the fact that not only do we have the power of communication, but we have the power of thought. And we can do so many incredible things with the simple trick of just gaining control over our like mental state. Just by doing that, you can have bountiful confidence. You can find ways to diffuse situations from heated arguments down to like sort of a more, relaxed confrontation. And that's what I think is so cool. That doesn't really get a lot of a spotlight and doesn't really get a lot of attention because we are internet brained. We are kind of like hollow on the inside. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Anyone who goes on the internet, we do we do have the brain rot, absolutely. But sometimes it's cool to remind ourselves, like, hey, humans can be cool. Just look at like any field ever where we made advancement. That's all done by humanity, right? Just by one person taking one step forward, and then it could be like a team after. Like the value of humans, I feel, goes underappreciated 100%. Like we're talking about Nintendo. Like I'll get into Nintendo a little bit, talking about the Switch too, because I have thoughts on the whole Nintendo, how I feel about Nintendo as a company. But I want to finish my thought first on what it means to like hard work, put in some hard work. And now granted, there's a difference also between hard work and like being truthful in your pursuit of being diligent, you know? Like don't get taken advantage of. Don't overwork yourself because someone takes advantage of you. You should know your worth, right? But at the same time, it's like if you work hard and you can put aside the things, the minor irritations that really don't matter in the long run, trust me, it'll pay off. And I've already seen that in my personal life, where I've just kind of adopted this mentality of like, hey, you know, sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. And there are some things where you need to back yourself and be like, no, I have integrity. I'm not going to do this. Absolutely. But there are other times where you got to know when to take a step back and let, you know, whatever happen. Like swallow your pride, even if it hurts you. Or does it, I won't say hurt you. That's bad messaging. Makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. That's a better way of saying that. Just a little bit uncomfortable. Because hurting is implying violence, and I don't condone any violence against anyone. I hope no one goes through any violent acts. Unless it's in Minecraft, unless I blow up your house with TNT. That's a completely different story. But violence in real life, I don't appreciate it. And that includes harassing someone, making someone feel awful. This is my hot take. I genuinely think that if you make someone feel so sad and depressed to the point where they're having some negative thoughts, like really negative thoughts about themselves, I think you should be tried for violence. I know it's really hard to write that as a rule, but I feel like as a society, we need to take a step back and be like, hey, you know, words can hurt and words can have an effect on someone. And if your words affect someone in the real life and cause them to act in certain ways that are harmful, I think you should be held accountable. That's plain and simple. So, yeah, that's a fun talk about, like, you know, the dangers of, you know, just like words, the dangers of, like, I don't know. I think that's like the biggest struggle growing up. And I feel like this isn't just me. I mean, I feel old, but I'm a zillennial. That's the best way to describe it. I know it's a weird TikTok term, but I'm a zillennial in the sense of, like, I am on the, like, cusp of being a millennial, but I'm also technically Gen Z, but I'm not the Gen Z that everyone thinks Gen Z is. You know what I mean? Like, I came in 2001. That's when I was born. And look, I grew up with Blockbuster still around. Like, I walked in the Blockbusters, right? I grew up on Netflix that was mailed to you, okay? Not the streaming service, the mail service of rental DVDs that 3 out of 4 times would be scratched and unplayable for your DVD reader. I grew up on the VHS tapes and, you know, the plastic white containers for those VHS that you would put into the TV, like the big TVs, by the way, and it would be like all the Disney movies. Like, I grew up on that. Not even like Blu-ray was a new thing when I was growing up, like a brand new thing. So I'm old. I'm not old, but I'm old enough to be like, yeah, I lived through that. Yeah. But I also, so I have a little bit of an experience with, like, knowing how kids are, especially growing up, especially in school. And I will say elementary school, not that bad. Middle school and high school, though, peer pressure gets you. And that's when I think the dangers of mental health kick in and you start to feel real bad. And this is also like something, I'll tie this back to hard work, because the problem, I think, with the education system right now has nothing to do with the actual education that's being taught. Because as much as that is a topic of discussion, which I think should be had, I think a bigger thing is bullying and harassment in schools. Because there are so many talented kids, because I was one of them, who have had their studies interrupted by harassment of others and made to feel awful. And it did affect the studies. Because it's only so much where you can learn when you're not under the threat of being felt like you're uncomfortable throughout this whole time. And you're feeling down. You know how hard it is to study when you're in that spot? To me, that's a bigger issue than any of the curriculum issues. Like, there's now literacy issues, which that's huge right now. We should definitely be investigating and trying to find a solution for that, because that's awful, right? But for me, I also want to put pressure on harassment, like, especially with the no tolerance policy. I think that's so dumb. Like, I think there should be some accountability and harsh accountability for those who affect people's studies and make people feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because hard work is great, but when you're not in a good headspace too, hard work means nothing. You could do all the assignments, you could study all the material, but if your mind is not there, you're not going to retain any of the information. You won't be in the mood to, like, it's a subconscious thing too. You won't be in the mood to take tests. And if your professors are on you, or teachers are, sorry, not professors, if your teachers are on you, they don't give a shit sometimes about how you're feeling. They just want you to, like, finish the assignment. And it's rough. And that's why college is better, because college are a lot more lax and it's more like you have to step up. And the troublemakers really just don't pay attention in class. So you just ignore them. But high school and middle school, the peer pressure and just some of the kids are just mean. And I even did my high school senior project on it. Was like studying harassment in schools, especially bullying, in the early years. And like what it means to sort of set a good example and just trying your best to be a good person. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that's what I also feel like, but that's also sort of like my point with hard work too is like people may go through this, but the way we solve these issues, and I think the way we solve a lot of issues in society has nothing to do with necessarily policy, because policy will take you so far, because you also have to talk about the execution of said policy, which more often than not isn't followed through, right? It's not followed through. That's the issue, right? You have these policies saying, hey, don't bully kids, but then if you don't follow through or don't have the appropriate, management to take care of it, it's not going to get taken care of. You know what I mean? So that's just number one. And then number two is also like, for me personally, is just making sure that like, you are, like what was I trying to say here? The second thing that I think is the biggest problem is like, as much as it's great to like say, oh, we need to solve this issue, when you pass a bill or pass a policy, whether it's school board or legislation in the government, right, to help kids out, right, it's not going to do anything, right? People like, it's not going to do anything unless you follow through and make sure it's done. Because that's also what I feel is like people get so caught up on the simplicity of like, hey, we passed it. That means everything's going to be fine now, right? And then everyone relaxes and like people just go silent and like ignore like, no, we have to make sure it follows through and make sure like it's actually done right. So there's an actual change to it. And as opposed to like saying, hey, we got the policy like completed. We're hands down, right? Our work is done here pretty much. And it's like, no, their work isn't done necessarily, right? And so those are like kind of like the biggest problems, at least right now, with like just society, in my opinion, is like there's a lot of people who want the policy changes. And then when the policy changes happen, they say their work is done instead of following through and making sure they're actually implemented right. And then also like, the whole like, I don't know. There's just this whole thing with culture, especially with like US culture, that I'm just not a big fan of, right? And so that's why I will encourage, I'm always an advocate for anyone, and this is anyone who works hard should do their best to set an example for those around them. Because if you are that example, if you are the light around everyone else, it's going to make life a whole lot better. You know what I mean? That's just kind of my thing. Like, just working hard towards something, but also know it's the way you do it and the way you approach it. Like, hard work is great and all, but if you're an asshole about it, if you drag down other people for success, you're not going to reach it. Or if you do reach it, you're going to have such like, do you really want your legacy to be like you gained success by tearing down other people, right? You ruined other people's lives. Like, there are people who ruin their own lives. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, oh, I will screw over this person if it means I get to benefit with more money, So that's where I'm like, not, that's kind of shitty. That's not good. That's not good. The Sayo Knights and I do not agree with that. We are all equals. And yeah. I don't know. So like recently I've been working hard at work, and I recently just actually got a promotion. And it's because so it's funny. I don't tell them that I stream. And it's not like I'm trying to hide anything. I just want to keep my personal stuff, which is streaming, and my business side, which is my job, separate. It's just very simple. Because then I could separate my two personas of like, hey, this is work Sayorius, and this is fun Sayorius. We are fun Sayorius now. But I do not want to be work Sayorius here. Absolutely not. That would be boring. That would be bad. You guys would make fun of me. For sure. But yeah. So yeah, like I think though, so if you want to, this is actually a perfect segue. So talking about ethics, right? When it means being a hard worker and being a good person, right? And on your way to success, What matters is not only the success you reach, but the legacy you leave behind. Because once you leave this plane of existence called Earth, do you really want to be known as that guy who screwed over people for success, right? Or do you want to be known as that person who was virtuous and became successful and was a great person in life, you know? So we're going to delve into sort of the Nintendo 2 drama. And oh my goodness, I know so many people who were super excited with the Nintendo Switch 2 release. Now, personally, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even the biggest, I wasn't even the biggest hater for the Nintendo 2 release, especially with like the prices and the games. I was more just like, I'm not really a big fan of the design of the Switch 2 and like some of like the connectors, personally. I'm like, the Nintendo Switch was kind of like a perfect package. Nintendo 2, the Switch 2 was this kind of like, you know? At least for me personally. But so I will not be getting, so here's the thing. I'm not going to be getting the Switch 2 for a variety of reasons. One is, the main one for me is pricing. It is so expensive. I do not have the money. Or better yet, I'd rather use the money on something that is valuable, like groceries, so I can eat, because I do not want to starve to death, and pay rent, because I'm a big boy now. So that's like the main thing, is the price. But then the other things are also like, one, I think someone mentioned the catalog of games they have on the Switch 2, at least right now, isn't the greatest. I'm also not the biggest fan of Nintendo's recent practices of being cheap with their I don't know. I like cheap with their tactics, like cheap tactics to, it's all litigation stuff that I'm not really the biggest fan of like, hey, you can't, we'll sue you, take this down, cease and desist. That's Nintendo. So I'm just kind of like Pal World. Yeah, Pal World, perfect example. Yeah, not really the biggest fan of that, not gonna lie. I think that's actually kind of cringe. But yeah, and then also like, why would I want a Switch 2 when I just play on PC? Like, I just got into Wuwa. Seems like I have a long way to go, which we'll be playing later. But I just don't see the reason on why I should play Wuwa. Or, sorry, if I should play the Switch 2 when I'm playing Wuwa. And the big thing they have is Mario Kart World. And I'm just like, like, Mario Kart's fun. I played it several times, but I only play it with other friends or my family, like my brothers. But I don't necessarily like play it all the time. It's sort of like a, hey, if everyone's around, let's play Mario Kart together, kind of like for funsies, right? That's also kind of like another bit like reason why I'm not choosing to buy the Nintendo 2. Also, I think I also want to wait and see to like have all the bugs of the game, like, because it's brand new. They're gonna find new bugs. You know, there's gonna be find problems with the console eventually. So once I like people start investigating this more, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. You know what I mean, right? But yeah, no. As much as I love Nintendo games, I think Nintendo games are my favorite. We're listening to Nintendo music right now, and I'm glad Nintendo is not coming after me for that. I appreciate it, Nintendo, for letting us stream video game music. That being said, I just wish there were a couple things they could have done better, especially with like the litigation stuff, with like not trying to nickel and dime at their consumers all the time. You know, I feel like that predatory pricing that's not consumer friendly is like the bane of their existence right now. So yeah, like maybe the only time I would do a Switch 2 is if Nintendo would sponsor me, which all the trash I'm talking about Nintendo right now, which I feel like these are fair criticisms because I still do love the company with like the IP. I love the IP and I love the games and I love the atmosphere of the company. There's just some things corporate wise I'm not the biggest fan of. So this is just a small criticism. If Nintendo wants to sponsor me later, which would be amazing, that's when I would play Switch 2, is if they actually sent me a Switch 2. But aside from that, I'm probably just going to hold off unless I become a billionaire, you know? That's my goal. It's like, hey, I'm not going to make any unnecessary purchases unless I get bank. And I think that's a good place to be. Just be like, hey, yeah, it's self-control. Right? So. Now you're probably wondering, I'm not drinking Dr. Pepper. So I ran out of Dr. Peppers. This is actually a orange cream Coca-Cola my roommate bought. He said I could have some. It's really good. I just love orange cream popsicles. They're probably my favorite. But they made a Coke flavor, and I'm like, dang, this is like crack. Like, I had to hold myself back because it's not my case, and I don't want to drink it all because it's technically his. But I'm just trying to limit myself to like one a day, and then maybe buy more Dr. Pepper so I can switch back to that. Yeah, I have to go on another shopping trip. Today was a shopping trip too. I got a lot of things done. I was really productive. Not only did I leave work early, I had a short shift today, but I got like better rain gear because it's starting to rain more in Florida because we're getting into that hurricane season. I went shopping. I got like stuff for my bathroom, like cleaning supplies. I got oven mitts. Oh, so the other day, so yesterday, I cooked for the first time. And this is something I've been wanting to do for a while now because my goal for 2025, not only is it Year of the Snake, which is my year in the Chinese zodiac calendar, go snakes. But also, I feel like it's my job to sort of start new habits, especially because if this is my year, my New Year's resolution, start new habits. And so far I've been doing good. And one of those habits was cooking more because I would just eat out like a ton. And so yesterday I actually sat down, cooked, looked up a recipe. I made my own shepherd's pie and it turned out really good. And I made enough meal prep for work for the next 4 days. So 2 thumbs up, super big dub, right? So I made that yesterday and I bought supplies for that. But when I put it in the oven, I completely forgot we do not have oven mitts because this is a new apartment and we're still missing a lot of supplies. So I tried using paper towels and wetting them to grab the sides of the pan out of the oven to lift it out when it was done. I burned my hand a little bit. I was So that didn't work. And so what I did, and this is big brain Sayorius, I went under the sink and I'm like, wait a second. What do I have? And I had 2 sponges. So I basically like Pac-Man them. So I scrunched down on them so they're bending a little bit. And I used that to grab the sides. Worked like a charm. Now, that lesson taught me, hey, today or tomorrow, which is today, right? You need to go out and buy oven mitts. So that's what I did. I bought oven mitts. But I was happy because I'm like, hey, problem solving. I found a solution, which is like something that I think a lot of people need to figure out is like sometimes if the solution isn't clear, it's okay to use unconventional methods to get to a solution. You know what I mean? Like me, I use sponges to grab the sides of the pan to take it out and put them on top. Like, I felt so smart. I felt like Jimmy Neutron for a second. I was like, whoa, brain blast. So yeah, there was that. And also, the shepherd's pie was delicious. I surprised myself. I was like, dang, did I cook this? That was me? Like, I couldn't believe myself because it was like the mashed potatoes looked delicious when I was making it because I threw in. So I peeled the potatoes myself. I boiled them. I mashed them. And then I put butter in and salt and garlic paste. It was so good. So good. So, yeah, I'm happy because then that fulfilled my goal where I want to try cooking one new dish every month. That was my new habit for New Year's. Of course, cook more than that, but at least one new dish every month. And I've cooked stuff from, I made my own pizza before. I did this. I did ramen, my own custom homemade ramen. I've done dumplings before, boiled my own dumplings. That was fun from scratch too. What else did I do? I did stew, vegetable soup before. I've done pork belly. So I did a lot. Yeah. And it makes me happy because I'm like, hey, I'm on a good streak right now. You know what I mean? I'm cooking. I'm staying ahead of the game. You know? It's just also, there's just something too. Like, if you want to work hard or need something to work hard, if it's like, say it's like a mundane task of like, you're answering phone calls all day. You don't see really the progress in that aside from a paycheck, right? I encourage anyone, take up a creative hobby. And I mean something that's real creative where you can see the efforts of your labor, like cooking, writing a book, drawing. Like that would be cool. Even working out, just something like that where you can see it. But cooking, to me, I think I found my passion for cooking. And all it took too, funny story. All it took was me watching some Kitchen Nightmares and I was hooked. I was like, yeah. Because I don't know, maybe it's just something about seeing all these chefs who are arrogant and just not listening or following the recipes or procedures, right? Or microwaving food that motivated me to be like, hey, if they can run a restaurant poorly, I could probably cook something, just one item, probably better than they can. And then I did it for the first time and it tasted better than the stuff on the show, or it looked better than the stuff on the show. I'm like, dang, maybe it's not that hard to cook. Like the hardest part, honestly, is the meal prep. Like cutting vegetables, I didn't realize how difficult it would be. But it was like the toughest thing. The actual cooking itself and like putting it in the oven, not that hard. That's pretty easy. That was the hardest part of like cooking, at least the shepherd's pie, because it had me dice a yellow onion, and I just hate cutting onions because it's just annoying because you're trying not to cut your fingers and you're just dicing it up really small and it keeps moving around. And plus the cutting board I have is like really small. So it's just like, oh, this is rough. Yeah, I've also cooked carrots are annoying. Carrots are annoying to cut. There's also, I've done green onions. Yeah, those are also kind of annoying. Just anything that's like long and always moves around. Any vegetable, really. Surprisingly, potatoes were easy. Potatoes were probably the easiest, and I was happy. I'm like, dang. Thank you, potatoes, for being like nice to me and being easy to cut and slice and also mash. Which was actually not that hard because some people have those like mashers, like the actual instrument or tool, right? But I just used a spoon and I went boop, 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 boop. Folded like a charm. It was actually kind of nice. But yeah, my next one, because I also just bought a cooking pan, a cooking dish, oven dish. I guess that's the best way to describe it. It's like ceramic, it's glass. But my goal is I mastered how to make shepherd's pie with it. My next goal is I really want to try making my own homemade peach cobbler. And then what I was going to do is go to the store and buy like a tin of vanilla ice cream. And then you scoop it up, put it on top, and then you microwave it for like 5 seconds. A la mode. Boom. Right there. It was so good. Especially the peach cobbler. Oh, my mouth is already watering thinking about it. But yeah, we'll see. I have to also save up for ingredients. Like, the great part is the way I like to do math, especially when you're on a budget. This is my recommendation for anyone who's like trying to plan meals and stuff. I try and if I make a big purchase, if it's like a fancy restaurant and it's like a $40 steak or something, you know what I mean? And you're on a budget, right? And you need to save money. How I justify if I really want steak is I eat half the steak, right? Hear me out. You eat half the steak, you get the other to go, okay? And then when you're back, you throw that in the microwave. I know you'd not really, or throw it back on the grill. I mean, like throw it, like reheat it on a pan. That's better, right? Because it's a nice steak. And then you eat it. And that way, if it's $40, divide that by 2, because it's basically 2 meals at this point over the course of 2 days. It's actually $20. And $20 is a good average for nicer meals on a budget. So that's how I do math, is like, hey, I spent, and here I'll reveal how much I spent, and it may be bloated a little bit because I had to buy the baking pan, right? It's baking pan, oven pan, whatever. The thing you put in the oven, right? That was pricey. That was like $20, but it was around like $65 to $75 total for all the ingredients and stuff. But still, I'm like, hey, I made enough meal prep I ate that night, and I have enough for 4 days that I put into 4 different containers. So I have 4 days worth of food. So that's like 5 meals. So if you divide 75 by 5, that's $15. That's not that bad. You know what I mean? You're saving money at that point. Just make big portion sizes and split it up. Put it, like, if anything, just invest in the little plastic containers, right? For meal prep to throw into the refrigerator. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I've been actually doing pretty well with that. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. That's been sort of my bread and butter. No pun intended. Because I'm talking about food here. No, it's been really nice though. Yeah, so my end game though, if you want to know my end game when it comes to cooking, Ratatouille. I grew up watching Ratatouille. I love that movie. Ratatouille is a great movie. But ever since I watched that movie, I've always wanted to try Ratatouille, and I learned it was just vegetables, so it's not that crazy. But I still want to try cooking it and trying it for the first time. So that's my next goal up, is trying to cook my own Ratatouille, you know? I think that'd be really fun personally. So that's my end game for cooking, is like, if I can get skilled enough with like baking, and I've done stovetop baking. I still have to do barbecue grill. That's next. I need to find a barbecue grill and then actually start cooking there. Cause smoked, if we're talking about smoked vegetables, oh, have you ever had like squash, right? Or like asparagus, or like a hot dog on a grill. Oh, an outdoor barbecue grill. That's, to me, the hot dog was perfected on the grill. No other hot dogs come close unless it's a chili dog. Chili dogs are a close second, but when it's shriveled up and it's like, it's like this, right? It's shriveled up and it's all blackened, right? Best hot dog in the world, right? It is so good. It's my favorite. I genuinely think that is when the hot dog peaked. So, yeah. I mean, I could probably gush for hours about cooking, because I've been really trying to get into it. Like, and it does help that not only do I get spiteful with kitchen nightmares, because I'm like, these idiots, they say they can cook and they cook dog shit. I think I could cook better than them. And then I do. And then I think it's so funny. But also, have you guys watched Delicious in Dungeon at all? Amazing show on Netflix. Love that show to death. Delicious in Dungeon is literally, quite literally, the perfect show, because It has everything I want. Yeah, it is like the perfect fantasy show because it's very simple, has great animation, and then they are able to expand later about all this complicated stuff. And I think that's super dope, you know? That is super dope, super dope. And Senshi, he cooks a lot in that show, and he cooks from some unusual ingredients like monsters within the dungeon. And so I personally think it's cool because it's like, hey, like whenever he cooks something, it motivates me to cook. Or if you guys watch Spy Family, I've been like, this is my goal. It's like, hey, I think it's cool if men can learn to cook, because just look at Lloyd, right? Forger in Spy Family, and how he just cooks every single time. He's just a master chef. I think it's just great. Just a great skill to have, because if you can cook for yourself, you'll feel more fulfilled because you've actually done something productive in the day. Like one little meal for yourself, cooking a nice steak for yourself, and then serving yourself a nice glass of red wine. Let me just tell you, because I've done that before, one of the best feelings in the world if you can get really good at cooking is mean steak. Because if you guys want families in the future, right, you probably like if your partner decides, hey, I'm busy, can you cook for the kids? Or your partner's exhausted, right? Maybe it's like, hey, if I can cook, you can show off that you have all these skills, and it's pretty cool to show off. Like, I don't know. I don't get all these like alpha males that are like, oh no, the women should cook. They belong in the kitchen. I'm like, so you're telling me the woman also belongs on the grill too, which is also badass to have a woman on the grill, like with flames and shit. But like, I think women should be able to do whatever they want. But I also think the men should also cook. I think if men cook, that's also pretty dope, because it's just a unique skill to have. Like I've cooked chili before. Just that feeling of like tasting your own food too is something that you will not get until you actually cook for yourself. And I know there's this fear of being burnt by the stove, hot oil splashing on you, and your face goes, ah, and you turn into Two-Face from The Dark Knight. No, that's not what cooking is. It can happen very rarely if you know what you're doing, right? Like, and there's also small things too. Like I learned, if you add water, like if you add oil and you have to cook meat, and then you have to add like water or something because you have to make it into like a chili or pasta or whatever, it's smart to move it to the side and then add the water so it's off the hot stove just a little bit. Pour the water on and then move it back on. Because I've tried to do it where I pour water on and it starts splashing everywhere. I'm like, ah, my hands. So it's just like you also learn things like, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea when you're cooking. Like I used to put my hand, and this is, I'll be honest, this is the knife. I'm cutting with the knife like this, and I put my hand and I'm going like this. What is that? You're not supposed to do that. I thought you just hammer into the back of the knife because it's dull. The back of the knife is dull. The front of the knife is the sharp part, right? But no, you're supposed to hold the vegetable or fruit in place or whatever you're cutting, and then you go that way. But again, it's just something you learn. You talk to other people about it. They'll help you out. And yeah, I mean, like I made a pizza before, and my roommate helped me out, and he was Italian, so it came in clutch. But he told me there's an importance of the ratio of toppings has to equate to how much pie you have. Because if you have too much and you overdo it, you know, like maybe you like toppings, but it's better to portion it out so every time you take a bite, it's just flavor. You know what I mean? So that's what he was telling me. It's just like, be careful of that. Just making sure you section everything off and you portion everything off. Because a lot of people make that mistake, amateurs, where they put every topping off, you take a bite into it, and it's just ingredients It's not like you're not getting any taste or savoriness to it. You know what I mean? That's what he was telling me. So it was something cool to learn. Oh, and making dough, I have to tell you, making your own dough from scratch, so fun. It is so fun. I love making dough because after you knead it by using your fingers, it's great. It feels great on your hands. It makes you feel at peace. It is so good. If you want to feel good, knead dough. Knead your own dough, not store-bought. Your own dough. You get flour, gotta get yeast, egg, you know, just all these ingredients, milk, I think, and then you just mash it all together and boom, you got it. That's cool. Yeah, also, I also like to think too that like it's like, you know, the Winter Soldier, it's like a sleeper agent protocol, right? I grew up with Cooking Mama, and I had to play those games, and those were stressful. So a little part of that probably rubbed off on me. And then recently I started playing Overcooked 2 with some friends, and I think it reawakened that, where it's like, okay, I'm on a timetable. Go, 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 go. Prepare the ingredients. Go, go. They're getting angry. Oh no, you're burning the thing in the oven. That's why I got good, is because I remember to set timers and making sure I take everything out in a timely manner, you know? I almost burnt my meat yesterday when I was making the shepherd's pie, but luckily I was able to recognize it and, you know, flip it around so it didn't get burnt too bad. It was just a little bit crispy on some edges, but that's fine. Oh, I also want to master making a cheesecake. That's also what I want to do too, is work on that. A cheesecake would be really fun. French, if we're talking about meals though, French onion soup, one of my favorite meals of all time. I love a good French onion soup. That's also what I want to try and master. That's on the bucket list. And I have lists of like recipes I really want to try based on difficulty, and some that are like, I could get to it. Like, I already cooked ramen a lot, so I probably won't do anything ramen related in a while because they're just super easy. I want to challenge myself to do stuff like outside of Asian cuisine a little bit. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be ad break. I forgot I added ad break. So if you're still here, if you had ads disabled, yeah, I'm just trying to set it right now because I got affiliate, and not because I'm not earning any money from it, but I feel like if you guys get used to it now, or you just go over to YouTube and watch me, right? Or have ad blocker on, like you know what's up. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is literally like crack. Oh my god. I killed that thing. Oh my god. All right. Man, I'm so tempted to grab another one. But yeah, since we're especially in an ad break right now. Yeah, ad break in progress. Ends in 2 minutes. All right. So we have an ad break right now. Unless you have ad blocker or on YouTube right now. So what I'll do is in 3 minutes. It's now 2 minutes and 42. Give me 1 sec. I will be right back. I'm just gonna grab more soda. Yeah, it's literally crack, dude. And then yeah, we can talk more about cooking in a bit. Just give me a sec. All right, later. I'll be right back. All right, thanks for waiting. I know. Wait, hold on. Let me lower this a little bit. Oh my gosh, we're almost done with this playlist. It was an hour. What? No, that's crazy. All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry, I didn't get more drinks. Yeah, where were we about cooking? Oh yeah. So, the other day, I also made my own. Okay, if you want my favorite thing I cooked so far, I love, this is something about me, I love a good curry. I used to not be a big fan of spice. Growing up, I hated spicy food. That's just, I don't know. I was a weak boy. And it's funny because I come from a culture where both cuisines have a lot of spiciness to them. And then me, I was like, man, just a little bit of spice. I wouldn't eat it. And this is me growing up. Now, I love spicy food. I've been eating it crazy. And one of my all-time favorite things, curry. Tiki masala is quite literally my favorite thing I made the other day. And what's cool is they'll sell it in these packages. So all you need, like the sauce, so all you need is just buy chicken. You gotta dice up the chicken, which is super easy to do. And then once you're done with that, you just throw it on a grill and then you add the sauce later and then you're done. It's only one pan. Now it is a little bit messy, but as long as you clean up after, it shouldn't be too big of a hassle. So yeah. So that's why, I don't know. That's why I personally love curry, because you pair that with a nice jasmine rice, and curry, especially with the chicken I cooked, not only did it not taste like any chicken that I usually buy and just throw on a grill, but I don't know, something about seasoning, right? Like different spices. And India is known for that. I have always been a big fan of Indian cuisine. And that's why India is on my bucket list of places I want to go to. I think number one is definitely right now Japan. I'm going to go. So funny story. I am going to South Korea in the fall. So I will take a break from streaming then. Maybe I'll make a vlog or a video or something after that has yet to be seen. But I'm going back to South Korea. I do not want to risk a live streaming when I go unless something big happens to a certain someone. You know, I know the perception of streaming in South Korea isn't the greatest, so I'm not gonna risk it, especially because I don't know how IRL streaming is gonna go for me, because I'm gonna try that out in August, and I don't want to be like brand new trying out IRL streaming when I go to a foreign country only a month into actually trying it in the US. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm gonna go to Korea. That's like the most recent like out of country trip I'm gonna go to. But number one bucket list, Japan. And I want to do it with friends. Any place I want to go to, I want to go with people I know. That's like my number one rule, because there's almost no point in going by yourself, or at least with family. You know what I mean? So number one is definitely Japan. And then I think everything else is kind of like, oh, I would find this really interesting. So I'd group this all in with number two. Like the number two, I would be down, which is Thailand. Definitely would be down. Philippines, Vietnam, India. Just a lot of places I haven't been to. China, I would revisit China. China's amazing. So yeah. There's also, of course, everything like Europe, which I'm not really. I think I'm more interested in going to Asia than Europe. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. But I wouldn't be too upset if I did go over there and just check out a couple of things. Like, I think the big thing would be Italy or Spain. I'd be most interested in those, and then maybe Germany after. Because I think Germany has. I heard Germany is beautiful, and then, also. Probably like after UK would, I'm gonna be honest, UK would probably be at the bottom. Sorry, I have to switch the music. Yeah, UK would probably be at the bottom. No offense. I just find out of all the countries that appeal to me in cuisine and culture, UK is at the bottom of the list. I would love to go for the football. I think the going to a stadium and seeing a game live, I know it'd be pricey, but I think it'd be worth it. You know what I mean? It's like going to Korea and going to a K-pop concert, which I've gone to. Like, there's a difference in seeing it like on a TV screen and actually being there. And I went to a small one and it still was like, whoa, this is really cool. You know what I mean? So, yeah. We love travel on this channel. And I definitely want to live stream. Definitely going to countries. But again, I also have to wait and see like what ends up happening in the future. That's why I just need to get used to live streaming in the US and comfortable with US. Just in the US. And then I also need to find out like what's comfortable with strangers. Like if people ask me, hey, I don't want to be in your stream. Of course I'm gonna respect that, but just getting used to it, you know? Because I know a lot of people who just don't care. I don't want to be one of those streamers. I want to be respectful of everyone. Right? Like, if you're really uncomfortable with you being in the background of my stream, I'm definitely going to listen to you because this is a public area. I'm going to turn around and do something else, right? You know? I feel like most people are chill, though. I know, like, theme parks, like, because I'm in Florida, so of course I know about the theme parks. Like, I know there's a lot of live streamers that go to the parks and stuff. So if you go to the theme parks over here, you're definitely going to end up on someone's live stream without your consent. But I guess it's just like people just are like kind of like whatever about it, you know. They're there to have fun. They're not there to worry about some influencer, you know, with the broccoli haircut, you know. They're there honestly just to vibe. And I respect it. I respect it for sure. By the way, so if you want to know what my status is for theme parks, because I'm in Florida, I have been to Disney World multiple times. I've been to Universal multiple times. I have yet to go to Epic. I am going to go around July. And it's going to be like mid-July. So I'll let you guys know in a later stream how that goes. But I think it'll be pretty hype. I'm trying to keep myself in the dark for as long as I can, but from what I've heard from people I know in Florida, they've been loving it. They think it's amazing. So yeah. I'm also interested to see how things go down. So Twitter is an interesting place right now. If we're talking about current events, what is going on? The girls are fighting, to quote AOC. Oh my God. Which I can't believe AOC, you know, a sitting person who represents us just said that, but it's kind of true. Like, what is going on with Elon, dude? He's kind of crashing out. And then you have all this drama going. It almost feels like, you know, it almost feels like just like some Twitter beef just brought to real life. I know it's taking place on Twitter, but like, this, like usually it's just Twitter users, not like, you know, the president and then the owner of Twitter, right? That's crazy to me. But we'll see how that goes down. I just think it's like, it's so crazy. Everyone's talking about like all the like allegations and people were comparing it to Mean Girls. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's 100% accurate. That is Mean Girls right there. The burn book. Elon Musk definitely has a burn book. But I know, okay. The thing that, so if you're wanting my thoughts, the thing that interests me most about Elon is his plans for a streaming service on X. Genuinely. Because I don't know if it's going to be successful. Because I don't think they have the capacity to stream. He's trying to make it everything. the everything app, as my friend likes to joke. Oh yes, the everything app, X, which I always call it Twitter. It's still Twitter. But I feel like if he does do live streaming, I think the UI is gonna be terrible. Cause I don't know how you integrate a Twitch-like platform or Kick-like platform in a platform that's not built for live streaming, but for messages. And if oh my gosh, imagine Twitter chat. Like, I'm not talking about Twitch chat. I'm not talking about YouTube chat. We're not even talking about Kick chat. Twitter chat. Oh my God, dude. What? How toxic is it gonna be? And if you're gonna, like, is he gonna allow images in chat? Like, where are the regulations? Where are the rules? Because he's Mr. Freedom of Speech over here. So does anything go? Are we gonna have a lot more hot tub streams? Are we gonna have like OnlyFans streams? Are we gonna have like crypto bros, alpha male streams? Sorry. Everyone's getting a nuke here. I'm trash talking everyone on Twitter, okay? Like, it's gonna be crazy. And it's funny because I used to trash talk. I mean, I am still trash talking Kick. I do not like Kick. I do not like a lot of the users over there. I think the whole sports gambling betting thing is awful, right? But at least they're like trying somewhat to recruit some people on, you know, and not do some of the mistakes that Twitch has had. Which, granted, I'll be critical of Twitch. Twitch has had a couple of blunders here and there, and some of them have been more recent, for sure. But is that enough to jump to another platform? I don't know. I don't think so. I think, if anything, it advocates for more multi-streaming, and hopefully Twitch can buff out some things. But just having that security of multi-streaming, I think, is fine. Does that mean I'm going to multi-stream to Kick in the future? No. I am more than comfortable with YouTube and Twitch. That's what I've grown up on. That's who my favorite creators, they're over there. So I'm probably going to stay the course. I'm going to be completely honest. Plus, if anything, if a lot more big creators leave Twitch, if anything, I hope that's actually good for us, because then everyone will end up staying and watching the other creators who are still on Twitch. You know what I mean? Wishful thinking. It may end up being they pull their entire fan bases over to the other platform, which would not be okie dokie. But yeah, it could go either way. I'm leaving it up to, like, it could go, like, I could be right and wrong, you know? So, but don't you worry, because Sayorius is here to stay, at least, as he still tries to figure out. Like, if anything, it's just tough to figure out the alerts, and like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, I have some funny ideas for like what would happen if someone raids me again, or like better alerts. I just want to practice like talking more on stream though. That's just my only thing, is like, I just need to get better at this whole thing, you know? I feel like I slacked off yesterday because there's a portion of like me playing Wuwa where I just zoned out at the end. And I feel bad because at the start I started pretty good, but like when I felt tired, I was just kind of like, you know, wasn't feeling it too much. I also need to take more breaks, just like sit back and relax, you know what I mean? Like drink a Coke every now and then, like just stretch like this. Oh, speaking of, look at that. Look at that tan. I was outside all day in the Florida sun. Look at that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the fun thing about me, is I get real dark in the summer, especially if I'm outside all the time. And so people, when they look at me, they're like, "Oh, you're a little bit more pale. You're fair skinned. You're light." And then I get darker, and they're like, "Whoa, yeah, you have a tan." I'm like, "Yeah." Which I think it's funny. Like, I know it's not like they're trying to be mean to me, but I just think it's funny that they're like, people are kind of like, "Oh, you can get a really strong tan, can't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's my genetics. It comes with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hopefully, Florida. See, the thing I'm praying for Florida. We just had rain like not even 10 minutes ago. I'm hoping for hurricane season to like start kicking in, so it rains a lot more, because it is unbearable with just the heat. I hope it rains more. So, because usually when it rains more, it cools down more. I mean, you'll have a lot cooler days, and it'll still be warm. Don't get me wrong, but it won't be miserably hot. And that's what I'm counting on. I think it'll happen. I just fingers crossed. We just have to get further into it. Like I think around, I mean, it's June right now, so maybe more like July and August. We'll see it. It's supposed to last till November too, which is kind of nice. You kind of get this long break. But yeah. If you ever come to Florida, by the way, if it's for a convention or whatnot, be prepared for the weather. And I'm talking about both forms of weather. Because if it's sunny, it could be downpouring, I kid you not, an hour later, even if there's no clouds in the sky. Vice versa, if it's downpouring and planned on downpouring, the moment it stops and the clouds go away, it's going to be burning hot. So you got to equip yourself for both, of being in the being inside with the AC or outside, and then make sure you have the appropriate clothes. Because I know a lot of people, especially me, this is talking about myself here, I wore long sleeve jeans and I've worn long sleeve shirts and sweatshirts, and because it was raining and cold, and then when the sun peeked out and said hi to me, I was burning alive like a sardine in the sun. That's how bad it was. So you just gotta be careful with like how things are. You know what I mean? Because if you don't plan accordingly, that's also a funny thing for me. You can tell when people underdress for the weather or if they're out of state, because if they're wearing shorts and it's because it was hot outside and now it's downpouring rain, you see them just soaked in like a tank top and shorts, and you're just kind of laughing because you're like, yeah, you really can't prepare for Florida weather. That's why my recommendation is 2 separate clothes, or pack 2 separate like attires. One for like the rain and then one for like the sun. You know what I mean? Sometimes it happens twice. So you gotta like keep switching it out. Like, like keep switching out your loadout, right? With your outfit and stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, just gotta be careful. That's just, I don't know. That's just it. Oh, did I tell you? So I almost hit a biker while I was coming back from shopping today too. So fun story. I told you that I went shopping for some supplies, right? So I had the right of way, okay? I was in the right turn lane. There were no cars coming. I looked to the left, looked to the right, and I was about to turn. All of a sudden, a biker cuts in front of me, goes around me. I almost hit the dude. I'm like, oh, I just almost hit that dude. And I looked to my left to see, like, oh shoot, did I not look at the crosswalk light? Is it on? It was red. The dude just rode his bike across when he wasn't supposed to and almost got hit for it. And he didn't even stop. He just kind of went around me and just ignored me. I'm like, I was furious. I was like, dude, I could have killed you. And it would have been my fault, even though it's your fault for like not only riding across the crosswalk, which you're not really supposed to do that. You're supposed to get off your bike and walk it across, but no one does. But you deliberately did it when you knew I was turning. I had my turn signal on and I was like slowly starting to move, and then you went. That was so frustrating to me. I was like, really? Really, dude? Like, turn me into a murderer then. Do it. See what happens. So that was fun to deal with today. I love that. That was great. But yeah. I'm still on Dr. Pepper's side. I'm just out. I'm gonna make a run tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. I know how much you guys love Dr. Pepper. Also, if you're in Florida or going to Florida in the next month, This is my caution to you guys. Whether it's for a theme park or convention or just going to Miami or whatever, just keep in mind, it is so hot in Florida right now. I bought a sun shield protector for the windshield, right? The reflector you put on the front of the car. I put it there. It worked every single time. Basically from like, I want to say January to like April, May. And then end of May, June, I get back when it was super hot one time. It was melted. My thing melted. You're supposed to reflect the sun. What do you mean you melted? What? So that was kind of crazy. But also goes to show like, hey, conditions are really fucking tough right now. You know, be wary. Be wary. Because it can get a little bit crazy. You know what I mean? And also, make sure you hydrate. Because a lot of heat exhaustion. I've seen a lot of heat exhaustion from tourists here. Yeah, so be careful. Because take care of yourself. Don't push yourself. Because I think also like humidity, if you're especially from like Arizona or something, where it's hot, definitely hot in there. Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, you come over here, you're not used to the humidity, trust me. And it'll get to you because getting hit with humidity and heat, much worse than just the heat. It's much worse. But yeah. So that's kind of like my thing. Another here, I'm gonna start booting this up while we get ready. Oh yeah, quite recently too. I don't know if it was just me. I've been getting tired a lot more just because I've been doing a lot more work lately, especially with stream. I think I stayed up one time just trying to edit a video. I posted the VOD on my YouTube channel, so thanks for watching. I saw a couple of you guys went over and watched it. That was pretty dope. But I'm going to see if I can start just making more. I think the reason why people aren't watching me is because I'm not consistent. So no one knows who I am. All I got to do is just got to keep streaming like this. Like right now what I'm doing is good. This is part of the hard work, right? Now I just got to keep working hard. Maybe make some woo-wah clips. You know what I mean? Just have fun with it. Yeah, I also have to clear my files because I feel bad. It is straight up, I kid you not, it is straight up like I have like gigabyte upon gigabytes of file storage used because I downloaded like a couple streams, like 3-hour streams, because it's a lot of information, a lot. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm also like double checking my YouTube chat just in case anyone responds. Because again, I'm still figuring out this interface. And last time I completely missed YouTube chat. So yeah, don't want to do that again. Definitely do not want to do that again. Oh, and I think we have something. Oh yeah, before we start woo-wah, I'm going to share my thoughts real quick on what this is reiterating some of the points yesterday or last stream. Woo-wah is an amazing game. I'm already loving it a lot. Not only just the art style, but I just like, my big thing is actually the combat. People are like, oh, the waifus, you're going to goon to the waifus, right? Oh my god, big booba. And I'm like, yeah, the waifus are nice. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, well, I'm a dude. Like, well, do I really want to pretend like they aren't hot? Especially some of them. But for me, the biggest quality of life difference is just the combat. The combat's huge. You know what I mean? All right. And also, I like the music. The score is pretty dope. Oh, great. I got to sign in. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to boot up woo-wah. I remember also we didn't really necessarily get to the next. We got through a huge act. We didn't get to like the second part because we need to get to a certain level. So it's probably gonna be just like working towards that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. There's an error. What? Let me sign in, please. Okay, thank goodness it finally worked. That was so weird. It just did not let me sign in. There's an error with your account. What? Bro, is it really not gonna let me play Wuwa right now? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna get this stupid thing to work. That's crazy. Especially because we have to be grinding out right now. Aside from like the hassle with this though, is it a better Genshin Impact? Yeah. So far it is, at least. I have to keep playing it to see like exactly if it's great or not, but that again, we'll see. Okay. All right, we're just getting 1 sec. Maybe I have to restart my password, unfortunately, which would suck because you guys are waiting. Let me in, please. Grr. Oh, I'm in. Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. That was so annoying. I don't know why that took freaking forever. All right, so we're gonna jump to Wuwa right now. We're just gonna be grinding up my level and playing around with more of the interface. So yeah. But yeah, no, I've been loving the game. Sorry with the technical difficulties. It's been great so far. So I've been really enjoying it. Normal stream. There we go. We got it. Dope, dope, dope. Okay, and increase that bad boy. Cool. Let's get to playing. Oh my gosh. I like the combat. See, look at this.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. Break.
See, I'm a rush in. Watch this tag team. Chasm Rider.
Swift and resolute. The end has come.
Look how strong this guy is. Maybe I shouldn't have fought him. Oh well. We already committed.
Is this it?
Oh, he just one-shot me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Verity shines.
Sounds.
Oh. We're running. We're running. Uh-oh. Get out of here. Yeah, maybe that wasn't smart. Yeah, he's much higher level than we are, for sure. Here, I'm gonna use this to revive. If I'm assuming this is the same thing as Genshin Impact, we're gonna use this to revive me. There we go. We're back. Solitary path. Okay. I also like the grappling mechanic. I feel like Spider-Man. All right, who do we need to talk to?
Oh, so you've accepted my invitation, Rover.
Ooh, are you from
Well,
the Seance
yes.
Society?
My name is Laurent. Since you were here, you
Laurent.
must have lost someone too.
Daddy?
Now, Yuan, no need to be afraid. He's not one of those evil patrollers. You're safe with me,
Is this your
Yes.
daughter?
my daughter. Her name is Yuan.
How suspicious.
My only
The music's
precious.
not helping.
I am Daddy's precious?
Absolutely, my dear. We will stay together.
She was taken from you?
Yes. Once we were truly a miracle, and you.
That's
yes,
ominous
you
as shit.
too
What the
can be
fuck?
reunited with your. No, she didn't catch your see. You are.
Daddy, what's happening?
He seems off. Is he overclocking?
No.
Come down, get your
No,
doctor.
doctor. I am not leaving her.
He might hurt the girl. I must act fast. Yeah, I gotta hurry. This guy's losing it. He's tweaking out.
Yuan.
Stop, you're gonna injure.
Take your hands off her now.
That's enough, Laurent.
Ooh, new character. Okay.
She'll be safe in my care. You still have other things to do, remember?
What? Okay.
No, don't. Yuan.
Laurent, do you want to lose your daughter again?
No.
Do you
now
know him?
hand over the girl. You see, that man is her father. Why do you want to separate them?
He is
Oh, well,
dangerous.
whatever. What?
Yes.
Good girl. Stay here. And
What
why
did
would
you
be
do?
concerned? Smart girls know how to mind their own business. Oh, you're quite the fighter. Shh, they're coming. It's the patrollers. We can't let them find out about Wan. Now, if you don't want to get into trouble, better do as I say. I'll explain everything later, including what's
Should we
happening
trust
with
her?
the Seance Society.
No, fine. Okay, fine.
Smart choice. Good. Now come give me a hand.
I don't trust this lady, but we're gonna follow her anyways. We'll make up our mind once we get more information.
Everything's back to where they found a piece of paper. Date of transaction. Signee. Laurent.
I don't think she's back.
That should
She's
do
probably
the trick.
dead, right? Yeah, who's this mysterious person?
This should be good enough to get past their eyes. The patrollers are almost here.
You there? We heard some commotion coming from this area.
Nothing, officer.
Really? Then what was that?
Oh, this girl just tripped over. Poor I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding.
Is that so?
It seems she can't find her father. We were just... Right, Rover?
Yeah, exactly.
So they're just being. I don't have other questions.
Leave the girl to us. We'll help find her father.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, but we've got this. Little one seems quite shy. She's just warming up to us.
Don't worry. You're not bothering us. It's our job to help civilians in need.
She won't leave it. She won't drop it. We're having a cat fight going on
Trust
right
me,
now.
I understand how tedious a patroller's. My name's Yinglin. I'm also a patroller. Here's my ID.
Oh, a fellow patrol.
You sure this is real?
You think I can't tell a fake ID when I see it? Shut
Oh,
your
No reason you would have seen me.
dang.
I don't work here. Just visiting Jinzhou on vacation.
Ah, make
Then we'll leave the girl to you. If you can't find
Hey,
your dad,
that-
bring her to the patroller station. Come on.
Finesse
we're going,
them.
Rookie.
Enjoy your day. Have fun in Jinzhou. Oh, hey, wait up, Captain.
Are you really patroller?
Do I not look the part? I didn't plan to blow my cover, but that patroller was sharp. I would have risked them finding out about Wan Wan otherwise.
Why don't you stop him?
You should see for yourself. Let your soul
Oh.
rest. Return to your true form, daughter of Larong, Wan Wan.
Whoa.
Yes, a puppet to be exact. This helpless little girl before you.
That's crazy.
And the so-called Seance Society. They're the ones behind Jinzhou's recent missing person cases. They offer these puppets to people who have lost their loved ones. These puppets can perfectly replicate the personalities of the deceased. To those mourning people, they're indistinguishable from the living. Yes. With the puppet, people gave up everything to join this society. As for how they got their hands on these puppets, beware. The puppets may seem harmless, but those who got too attached are much more likely to over.
Didn't know they were
Laurent's
so
the recruiter.
dangerous.
You're the perfect outsider, traveling all alone. But it seems he picked the worst candidate possible.
Then why are you
I
helping
need to
him?
apprehend the true culprit behind this group.
Oh, so it's
But
an
this is not your
investigative
problem.
mission.
I'm on a mission. Leave now and forget everything that happened here. Larong's transaction record. You're such a box of surprises. Sure, why not? But I don't want prying eyes. If you're really that cute.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we can help with this. That's kind of fucked up, though, of this group to take advantage of people's like lost loved ones, you know? All right, let's go to meeting place. Right there. We'll fast travel.
We meet again. This place seems sick. So, any questions for me?
Tell me about your mission. Yeah.
Didn't know you cared so much about me. This
Yinlin.
is supposed to be confidential. But I've been authorized to make my own calls. My orders were clear. Infiltrate the Seance Society, gather evidence of their crimes, and find the culprit behind it all. So far, I've had no luck meeting any of their higher-ups. Just playing a system for Larong to gain their trust. So, any questions for me?
Tell me
They
about the
operate
Seance
under the
Society.
guise of a non-profit charity. The Seance Society lures people in with their promise of bringing back their loved ones. But it's all a sham. You've seen firsthand the truth behind their supposed resurrection. Despite previously keeping a low profile, they've recently become more active and are using people like Larong to recruit new victims. From what I've gathered,
Ooh.
they're in cahoots with Fraxidus.
Fraxidus?
And a
Ooh.
Fraxidus intervention. Some Fraxidus members ordered a batch of puppets from the Society. Not until their collaboration. I plan to investigate, but Larong keeps things very tight. It's almost time for the deal. With the Fraxidus in play, now you know the nitty-gritty details. You don't seem to be mourning. Why the interest?
They may have a way to recover
You've
my
suffered a
memories.
memory loss. Indeed, if they can make such lifelike puppets by tapping into people's memories. But we need to find them first. You can be my civilian investigator. What do
Why
you-
not? What's the
Larong and I are
plan?
about to meet the Fraxidus for our deal. He will then leave to get the puppets at the store. I will need you to follow him and send me the coordinates once you're there. And
Will
you're in
do.
already. Oh, well, you see, they're coming. You'll hide him. I'll bring Wan Wan to him. Hopefully he won't.
All right, a sting operation going on here.
Rise and shine.
Miss Yinlin, what?
Don't worry, Wan Wan. I'm taking you to Daddy in just a moment. But before we do,
Okay.
That's my girl. I'm leaving the rest to you, Rover.
That's interesting though. Like we're trying to recover our memories that way. If they can pull memories from like the deceased, right? Probably the same thing. Uh-oh.
Let me be your blade.
Break. Hopefully this helps.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Administering first aid.
I sense your weakness. An unexpected discovery.
Nice. All right, we'll watch from the hill.
Larong, here's your daughter, as I promised.
Yuan, Yuan!
Please don't cry, Dad.
No!
Enough with the make-believe. That's a puppet.
Fraxidus. There we go.
Daddy, am I?
No! You're not.
Wan Wan's 10 times more human than you people.
You call that thing human? That's just a robot lab rat.
Enough. We don't have time for this. Where's our stuff?
They look freaky,
them
by the way.
Larong, go bring them the prototype puppets.
Hey, we ain't got all. No! I won't let you have them! We'll make you regret this.
After him! You're going nowhere either, Missy.
Here we go. Larong's trying to escape with the puppets. Here's hoping that Rover can stop him in time.
Interesting development. Does he feel guilty about what he did, but still wants to be with his daughter? Uh-oh. I'm getting too far. There we go. Don't want to get too close either, right? I hate these missions so much with a passion because I'm like really bad at following stealthily, you know? There we go. Stealth.
Daddy,
It's okay, Yuan Yuan.
those scary people.
Not just you, Yuan Yuan. They want all the puppets here. I'll make sure every puppet finds home. Together
Ooh,
with
so
people
that's
who
his
love
game.
and
That's his
need
goal.
Master Dollmaker. How could you be the first to betray our belief?
Dollmaker. Is that the leader? of the
Dollmaker?
Is Master Dollmaker bad?
I'm not sure.
He... Okay, I want to meet this
He
Dollmaker.
was our hope. He saved us all, but
Doesn't matter now. I must get you all to safety first.
I guess they still have some morals. There's still things they won't do.
I spotted them over there. You can't hide from this good old sniffer of mine.
Yuan Yuan, get behind Daddy, quick.
I'll grab these puppets now. What about that guy, boss?
Ice him. We'll take that puppet behind him, too.
Ooh.
I will not let you die!
The wrong's going to severely overclock at this rate.
Yeah, now I gotta step up.
Hey! One man's not gonna make a difference.
Forgetting someone, are we?
Ooh, we do a team up?
What the? Those idiots! They were supposed to take care of you! Careful.
Sorry I knocked out your friends earlier. We're not planning to start anything with the Fraxidus, really. What do you say? Care to give Lurong and his daughter a little break? There are people after all. You may have these puppets here. We can pretend none of this ever happened.
You think we're stupid or what?
Oh, you sure you want to do it?
Partners? You're just a bunch of lab.
So they're not up for peace talks. What do you say, Rover?
Count me in. Yep.
True. You know your Fraxidus well.
Ooh.
You've got some moves. Guess I can rely on you a bit more.
Oh, dang. We're showing off. Oh, so we don't get to play as her. Darn. I thought we were gonna be lucky for a second. Oh, that was easy. That was quick.
How did you like the fight? Are you injured?
Not a scratch.
Those are
Yep.
the Fraxidus, and you didn't bat an eye. We took care of him for now. But there's My, what a surprise. I thought you never trusted me this... Fine. I'll spare you the tease. Don't worry. We took care of all the Fraxidus people here. If the society becomes... They may still question me, but I've mastered gaining trust with lies. It's just like what I did to you. A bug and a tracker. I put it there the first time we met. Don't trust anyone. You may not belong to any group, but you seem to care for Lurong and Yuan. I can't risk you betraying me by helping them run off or selling me out. Of course, Dollmaker. We're getting close to the truth. I did a quick checkup on Lurong. He just passed out from overclocking. Yuan returned to her puppet form once Lurong fell unconscious. I doubt she'll be reactivated anytime soon. We've reached a dead end with Lurong. Yeah, I was planning to, but we gotta move first. Go collect the puppets. I'll look...
Okay. Dang, so he just literally just passed out and now we can't use her anymore. Darn. I didn't. Wife of Fuji passed away from illness. Offer chance to bring. Thank you, Master Dollmaker. Parents of Xiaofu killed during the Tacit Discord outbreak. Collect puppets. This is kind of messed up. You learned like what happened to them. That's crazy. All right, there's another puppet up here. This puppet next to it. Okay, what's his identity? Twin sister Lin Si went missing in an accident. Well, she just went missing. She didn't die. We don't know what happened to her. Is it presumed dead?
Acknowledged. But... yes.
Were you calling someone?
It's my contact from the public They'll be sending
Ooh.
people over soon. We can leave Lurong and Yuan in their care.
That's good, at
Are
least.
you done with the puppets? That's fine.
Yep.
We'll dig further once we're in a safer location. My contact informed me of a safe house not far from here. The patrollers will meet us there. We'll have a designated meetup. Let's move.
Boss challenge. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay, we got to level 10. I think we need one more and then we can get to our next quest, right? Yeah, 11. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, I need to use my sensor. So if I go tab, they taught me how to do this. Markings to the safe house. Oh, okay. There we go. Cool. We'll finish up this mission and hopefully we'll be a level 11 by then, you know? There we go. Yinlin should be here, right? Yeah.
No markings
Cool.
in sight. This
Look, there's a device.
we need paper thorough. There should be some hints nearby.
Okay, so 4 digits.
Seems like a new discovery. Seems like a new discovery.
Yeah, but what's the correct password? The only thing I can think of is just this over here, right? Do we have to beat that? Also, there's a waypoint over here.
Leave it to me.
Let the wind roar.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Swift and resolute. No moment of resonance. Last chance.
Oh my gosh, I messed that up so badly.
Shape the shapeless.
Ooh, okay.
Leave it to me. Verity shines.
Is that my healer? Am I gonna recover health that way? Okay, we did it. Nice. Cool.
An unexpected discovery.
Okay, we managed to fend them off. Okay, if I head in this direction, will I be able to find anything? Clues, right? Let's get our waypoint saved. There we go.
Leave it to me.
Administering first aid.
Hopefully this helps. The hour is upon us.
Ooh, okay. There we go. Am I missing one? Oh, okay. Ow, that hurts.
Leave it to me. Synchronization. Shape the shapeless.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. The end has come.
Let me be your blade. Tempest.
Finally.
Cherish every gain.
There we go. Let's absorb this guy. Nice. Oh, wait. Is that what I'm supposed to do? If it's title, right? Yeah, what could the passcode be? Is it on the rocks over here? Let me talk to her.
Yes? See those flowers? Don't you think they look out of place here? Try counting them. I have a feeling they may be the passcode.
4123. There we go. It was good to ask her. We did it! Nice! Ooh, okay, this is the safe house.
We should be good in here. The Fraxidus won't find us here.
Really living up to its name.
It's as
I wonder
safe
who
and
her
secure as
contact
it
is.
gets. Nothing gets in, and nothing gets out.
But where are the patrollers?
Don't bother. You won't find any patrollers here.
Uh-oh, we got betrayed.
I told you before. Don't trust anyone, remember?
Damn.
What a special specimen. Time to have my men taken back to the camp.
Wow, I just got played like that. Mysterious Whispers of a Woman. Dang, she really just did that to me. Or is it to gain their trust is by turning me in?
No injuries? It's hard to tell from what little... The Seance Society... Some of the names have been... These are probably the Seance Society. Am I in their base of operation? I was trapped inside this box. There's something between the cracks. A tablet with an encrypted transmitter. But why would I find it here? I guess that's all the clues. I should use it to inform Chisha and the others of my situation.
Tap the button to frequency signal. Reaches designated area. Tap button for short signals. Hold them. Okay. Oh, shoot. It's a rhythm game. It's like Morse code.
Done.
Okay, did I do it right?
Here's hoping they'll get my message. Now, how do I get out of here?
It's gotta
Oh, you're
be a way
awake.
out.
Come out then. Look at you. Fresh as the... I went with maximum voltage back there. Thought you might never wake up again. I was gonna get Dr.
Am I supposed to
Wu Shen.
say
You're
thank you?
welcome. But save your gratitude for Master Dollmaker.
since he asked.
Why, you insolent little whippersnapper? Show some manners when you're talking to Miss Yinlin. Where's
Who,
your
you, me?
youngsters like you? Oh, it's family reunion day. Hey, go sit down next to the bonfire and stay there. Don't you be thinking of slipping off.
You heard the kind lady. You can try to escape. Without Dr. Wu Sheng's antidote, you wouldn't. It's all up to you. You were planning to ask Master Dollmaker about your memories anyway. It's the Seance Society's headquarters. Why don't you just join the society? Make things easier for all of us. Good
Where do I
try.
sign up?
Try to come on.
Dang, I thought that would work.
Greetings, stranger. The name's Jin Lu. Right you are. The two of us and Lirong used to be mid.
How are you feeling?
Well, thanks for asking, Miss Yin. Lirong, though, he had it rough. We served in the same unit. He Chang overclocked, trying to save me. In the end, I know the risks. I'm just...
I want to talk to them after, you know? I feel like that's an important plot point.
Miss Yinlin, who might this be? Don't worry.
I see, whatever. I just want to stay with my son. So what?
Rover, let's stop it here.
I won't let anyone threaten our peaceful life.
Man, everyone's delusional here.
I know staying with us puppets will make my hubby sick eventually. Yes. Make
Dr. Wu Sheng.
Out of danger for now, but sorry. I'm not that familiar with taking care of resonators.
Shame. He shouldn't have disobeyed Master Dollmaker.
Was it you injecting me with
yes.
poison?
We had no other choice. You refused to join us. No. Why would I need to? This is the only place where we can forever live with our loved ones.
You're a doctor. You should know how dangerous those puppets are.
But I also know why we'll hold on to them. Doctors can't save everyone. I could only watch as my better half passed away, and Master Dollmaker saved us with his... What about you?
Dang, we need to
Do you
stop
have
this
someone
Master
you
Dollmaker.
desperately need to see again?
Why do I feel like the big twist is she's the Dollmaker? You know what I mean?
You can ask Master Dollmaker.
I just remembered there's another place we need to visit. Come with me. Relax. Nothing's gonna happen to you. Not yet, at least.
You there! You're not one of us.
Chusho,
Miss Yin!
easy there. You need to... This is Master Dollmaker's guest.
It is my duty to protect our people.
Those are
I'm
no small
fine.
wounds.
No more duties if you die from those wounds.
But Master Dollmaker, he...
That won't be necessary. Master Dollmaker's not coming back. Master Dollmaker's ultimate goal is near, and he won't need them anymore.
But...
Enough. You heard what I said.
Wait, what's going on?
This. But why is it here? What did she want? The message is still...
I feel like the Dollmaker is like...
The Dollmaker has been dealt... Whose
I want to
puppet is
know
he
who this Dollmaker is, if he's going to be like a character or not.
Looks like a child. There's a crude draw.
Today, Master Dollmaker told me stories about mommy and daddy again. Oh. Oh, we get a peer to like what he
Is it
looks
the
like, kind of.
handiwork of one of the children, or Yinlin will be back any moment now.
This should do it.
Thank you, Miss Yinlin.
Go find somewhere safe to rest.
Miss...
We're burning it all. Stand back. I'll use my thunder to start up a fire. Oh, so you've read what's written inside. You seem to
Yes.
enjoy meddling. On second thought, the past burning these makes no difference. And still, Chusha, you should leave this place. We don't.
What if those monsters come at us?
Your safety matters far more than these objects of the past.
Understood.
Ooh, I got a butterfly.
You've talked with everyone I see. Are you
They're not bad
There's some
people,
poor
but
souls longing to see Master Dollmaker saves them, letting them make amends for their past regrets. A noble cause, is it not?
is this why you betrayed me?
How is it betray? Having a cop on our side makes things easier for the seance. I was just a young orphan. Never knew who my parents. He taught me combat, puppetry, temperance, and how to become a patroller. I owe my life to him.
But he's in it. But he's in for more than just helping people.
Yes.
That's true.
His eyes are set. We're all his subjects. He needs us. Every one of us has been aware of this, but still decide that's not for your ears. But I do admit you're not like the others. You rescued Larong and showed respect to the puppets. They weren't just objects to you, I could tell. Look at you. Maybe you're better suited to be a patroller than me.
You were kind to those people and their puppets too.
Kindness. Or maybe I couldn't just stand by either.
Can I trust your
That's up
words
to
this
you.
time?
Trust is a delicate thing. Enough chatter for now. What's going on?
Miss Yinlin, the Tacit did.
Go tell your grandma.
Oh, okay.
What about you, Rover? Will you join them? Or flee while you can in this chaos?
They're not bad people.
So you want to help protect them? Knew it.
You owe me the truth after this. Everything.
Everything, huh? The secrets I hold might be bigger than you imagine. If you really want to know, you'll need to survive this first.
Dang. Whoa, okay. It's a whole invasion going on. Ooh, yeah! We got a trial resonator.
My field of expertise.
Whoa, whoa. What was that? That's crazy. Okay, I definitely need to unlock her. Holy shit.
Synchronization.
Verity shines.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps.
My field of expertise.
Yeah, I just finished him off like that.
Surrender now! We've got you surrounded! You are the...
My. That's quite the party.
Hey, who the hell are you? Let him go.
And if I don't?
Freeze! Shut up!
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I've got a hostage, you see?
Dang.
You don't move.
I wouldn't try anything stupid if I were you.
What is she gonna do? What's happening?
Fine.
Oh, did I piece it together?
Trust me. Come this way.
Current average is lower than recommended. Puppets Factory? Whoa, okay. Replace. Am I able to level him up? Hold on, I need to level up my character.
I will be there for everyone
I'm low.
as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind. This power, it's mysterious yet reassuring nonetheless.
At least level up the main guy, you know what I mean, right? So he's like super strong. Upgrade. Level this guy up too. There we go. Hopefully he's like super strong now, right? That's the goal at least. Auto equipped. Yeah, instead of that, let's do this guy right here, equip, because he's pretty strong, right? There we go. All right, we got Stonewall here. Can we ascend? No, we cannot ascend.
I will be there for everyone. As we head toward our shared
Weapon
future,
wise, we should
leaving the past
upgrade.
behind.
Training sword. There we go. At least to 40. We're not going to go too crazy because I know we're supposed to save up a little bit. But just a little bit, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna be broken now that I just like leveled up all their stats, you know what I mean? All right, let's go to the doll factory or puppets factory. Oh yes, look, I don't have that issue anymore. Let's see if her B start challenge.
Yes, some TDs found their way inside and we're now surrounded by a bunch of cops. Hard to make it out of here with the specimens.
I think she's actually the puppet maker, the doll maker.
Fortunately, you caught that Rover.
Never mind.
Whether he's
Immediately
useful for
debunked.
research or not, holding him hostage will buy us some time.
What should I do next, Master?
Here's the coordinates. Bring him to me in the inner chamber.
He's a sly one, ready to bolt at any moment.
I have trackers planted on him. He's not... We'll talk once you get there.
You heard him. You're in our turf. Better not get any bright ideas.
You'll pay for this.
Well, that's not your problem. Also, no one's coming to your I guess you managed to send out a distress call. Somehow it slipped past us. Hand it over. Don't try to deceive me.
You can dream.
You think you have a choice.
That's crazy. That's a crazy design.
You are a valuable test subject. I don't want to make things difficult for you unless you force my hands. Got it? Here's the thing. Dollmaker's listening to our every word.
Zapstring.
My efforts will be wasted if he suspects anything. I'll be typing on this tablet for you to see. I want you to follow my instructions.
Not in agreement.
Very well. If you can refrain from unnecessary, you don't need to know.
This is interesting. I don't know if she's good or bad.
Dollmaker makes his puppets. This place is full of traps and his minions. Very dangerous.
At least tell me what he's planning to do with me.
Patience. Dollmaker's in bed with the Fraxidus, trading overclock-inducing puppets for resources and funds. I need your help to collect proof of his crime. No more wasting time. I'll take off your restraints on the way. I need you to pretend you're still bound, remember?
Oh, wait. Is she Zapstring? Is that what it is? Oh, I think she is. This is still part of her plan. Dang.
Good. There's no time to waste. Strange. The path is blocked. That thing should open it back up. I'll handle it. You guarding this place for Master Doll? Out of my way. Master Dollmaker asked for the...
Something's not right.
They're overclocking. The bunch of cops that just attacked us pushed them over the edge.
Uh-oh.
Sounds come forth.
Oh my gosh, look how much damage I'm doing now. Oh yeah, no, she is. Oh, Zapstring, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, she's helping us take him down. Where are you running towards? There we go.
Good. There's no time to waste. I can't get through here, but Zapstring should be able to get under it.
Maybe it's like, she figured out like...
Time to wrap.
Oh my god. Whoa. What the heck? Did not mean to do that. And then drop. Yeah, she's a really cool character. I love Yinlin. I think secretly she's helping us out. Out. No, 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 no. Oh, boo. You make me restart? Oh, that's awful. Awful, awful. Where are we supposed to go? We gotta go around, I think. Okay. We're gonna figure this out, guys. Don't worry. We got this. All right. Oh, is the pathway this way? No. They're gonna make me restart? Oh, thank goodness. No! Darn it! How are we supposed to get through? That's crazy. That's crazy. We're gonna figure this out, guys. Don't worry. It was that. That was it. Okay. That was so much easier. What the heck?
Good. There's no time to waste.
This should deactivate the alarms in the lower levels.
My field of expertise. Now you'll behave.
Ooh, what was that? How do I do that again?
Where's the destination? Good. There's no time to waste. Good. Those exiles can't reach us now. Master Dollmaker's chamber is right up ahead. Don't die on me now. So many prototype puppets. Here, record the physical status of these puppets.
These are his prize achievements. We need photos of them to prove what he's been.
That's more like it. Remember to...
Yeah, we're gaining evidence.
Good. There's no time to waste.
And boop. Nice.
Military-grade mechs. How did they get their hands on these?
Boop. Snap.
That's the total number of prototype puppets. Imagine what would happen if they were all activated at once. All puppets are powered by these metal canisters. That's why non-resonators can activate the puppets.
Intruder! Kill her!
They can't even recognize me now.
What's the plan?
Plan? We take them out, of course. We can't stay here too long. Make it quick. My field of expertise.
Swift and resolute. Strike from the shadow. Hopefully this helps.
Synchronization. Let the winds roar.
I sense your weakness. The hour is upon us.
Well, that was easy. Open.
Leave it to me. Hopefully this helps.
Let thee be your blade. Tempest. Leave it to me.
I've had enough. Get lost.
Whoa, dude. That's crazy.
Zapstring, our turn. No mercy. My field of expertise.
I can't believe it.
No hesitation.
I just want to see your character right now.
The impatient ones will fall right into our lap.
This is what she has. That's crazy.
There's no time to waste.
Whoa. Now this is a chamber. I don't know what he looks like.
Yinlin, you made it. Have those cops entered
okay.
the factory?
Not yet. But those exiles were overclocking, and I had...
It's fine. They're disposable. They're a bunch of outcasts, willing to do whatever it takes to survive. No one would mourn them if they died. Oh? Me? I could save them, I'm sure. But who's going to save me?
Stop it, Dollmaker. My parents would not consent to being brought back as puppets.
Yinlin, I thought at least you would understand me. I don't blame you. You were too young when they passed away, after all. You hardly remember them.
Damn. I like his
And that's
design
why
though.
I
It's pretty
couldn't
sick.
revive them from your memories. Nor from my own either. This is where you come in, Rover. You're a precisely. With help from the Fraxidus plus your body's data, I will finally create their puppet.
Dollmaker, you...
I was an outcast, alone and shunned, until my mentor and his wife took me in. They were my true family. I'll do anything to bring them back, no matter the price. So what? It's almost time. We'll have to leave the factory behind. My identity must stay hidden. Use
But our people are still inside the factory.
Our people? There's only the...
What about Rover?
Same as before, Yinlin. Just knock him out. No need to keep him intact this time. Some level of basic consciousness is enough. I'll leave 2 puppets here to pretend we're still holding him hostage behind the closed door.
We'll need the data repository too.
Yes, my research data. That's more valuable. I'll take care of the data transfer. Yinlin, you deal with this person. Be quick.
Oh, are we gonna have to fight her now? Oh, but like pick the fight. Yeah, he's gonna be pissed off knowing that she betrayed him.
Yinlin, what are you doing?
It all ends here, Dollmaker. You of all people should know why the Fraxidus offered their help.
Yinlin, you... How dare you betray me?
I have never forgotten who I am. My bloodline is one of Jinzhou's patrollers. They fought to the last minute of their life. No. You did it to relive the kindness you once felt. But my parents are gone. So are everyone else's loved ones. It's time we wake up from...
Don't.
Careful. Those people don't look right. No mercy. My field of expertise. Back off.
The end has come.
Go, go, go!
Shape the shapeless.
Sounds come forth.
Tear them to pieces. Zapstring. It's our curtain call.
There we go. Pretty easy.
Lightning has destroyed the control panel on this thing. The Fraxidus. You got this from them in exchange for being their pawn.
Me? Their pawn?
Ooh, boss fight.
Zapstring, our turn. My field of expertise.
Don't blink. Synchronization.
Hopefully this helps.
Watch your mouth.
Verity shines.
Administering first aid.
No hesitation. The hour is upon us.
Let me be your blade. Tempest, synchronization. Storm, hear my command.
Tear them to pieces. Time to wrap it up.
Hopefully this helps.
My field of expertise.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness.
Well, that was easy.
Speeding up.
It's all over, Dollmaker.
How could you do this to me? I created this home for my followers. They found salvation through my You too, Yinlin! You had the chance to reunite with your family. Why are you doing this to me?
Puppets can never replace real family.
I never met my parents, but my actions are guided by their beliefs. As a child, I bemoaned my misfortune, but I knew better than to harm others to make up for it. The dead deserve peace, but the presence is mine to control.
What's wrong with doing what I can for our happiness?
Is that why you must deprave others of their happiness?
Suddenly justice I already wiped your data from their records. No one knows you were a patroller. You can't prove it to anyone now.
Dang. I'm sure there's a way back.
Yes, they may never. I don't need a recognized identity to do what's right.
You...
I should get going. Please, keep it secret from the patrollers until it's all over. Next time we meet, I'll explain all, and I'll thank you properly, I guess.
Quick, over there!
Dang, so she sacrificed herself,
Are you
right?
okay? We've sent those civilians back. They weren't super excited to leave for some reason. There was really not much we could do about it. Oh, where's... Don't tell me she's already gone. Quick, we're going after her.
Do we tell them the truth?
Yeah, she's also something about... We'll table that for... I'll see you there.
This should suffice for a while.
Hey, I think we got a level 11, right? With this just alone. This is a long side quest.
So that's what the seance is. Somehow the Fraxidus was involved too. The man's
How's the
still
Dollmaker?
not saying anything. Nothing about that suspect lady either. Oh, so the missing cases led us to an illegal cult. Unbelievable.
And this is all because like some random guy ran up to talk to me, right?
What? Come on, you need to be more specific. Well, that's it for now.
We gotta find her again. Same as last time, Rover. You know how to find me?
A letter
Ooh.
without a signature. It can only lead to one thing.
Oh, we already found her.
Yinlin. She's waiting for me. Same as last time, she said. Must be the wolf markings. I should look around.
Oh, so soon? Oh, yeah. Okay. Go up. Let's find her. Oh, there she is.
splendid view. As promised, I owe you a lot of explanation. No, I wasn't expecting to meet you. My order was to oversee our deal with the Fraxidus. You were just a pawn in my plan to find where Laurent kept the puppet, but I didn't expect him to try and escape with them. Couldn't risk exposing myself. Around that time, Dollmaker caught wind of your special abilities. He asked me to bring you to that safe house. Oh, really? I even upped the voltage for the best effect. No wonder our Dollmaker took so much interest in that body
Whoa,
of
she's
yours.
really close.
Unfortunately, no. He tried but couldn't gain access. According to him, you possess a power beyond his understanding that prevented him from prying into your mind. You might be more special than you had thought. Said he couldn't read your mind without risking his own sanity, let alone retrieve any information. I can't imagine what the hell is going on beneath your skull. Who knows? Maybe you helped some strangers again only to mess with the wrong person and ended up with your memories gone. I say you should stop playing hero and take better care of yourself. You'll live longer that way. Don't think I need to, since you can handle yourself just fine. But if you ever need my help, just let me know. We have a lot in common, both alone in this world. Maybe I'll keep you in my thoughts. A reminder that I'm not the only solitary soul out. And eventually, we'll both learn to move through our lives with loneliness. Perhaps the same loneliness was too much for Dollmaker to bear. That's why he gave up everything to resurrect my parents.
He had companions, he just never cherished them.
After my parents' death, we all became chess pieces to him, myself included. Raised me to be a patroller for his own agenda. He needed a mole in the Public Security Bureau. In the end, I did become a patroller, but failed to stay by his side as he desired. Maybe I'm indeed a heart-wrenching betrayer to him.
He dug his own grave.
We all have to face the consequences of it. But if I had acted sooner, this whole mess could have perhaps, like everyone else in the Seance Society, I too held on to that naive pipe dream. The dream of finally meeting my parents and having a real deep down. I knew my dream was built upon the sacrifices of innocent lives. But I couldn't because I met you. A lot of it still remains unresolved. Dollmaker was merely a Yes. We must stay vigilant until we expose. Don't tell me you're pulling out at this point. If you are, I may have to wipe my true identity from your head. By force.
Whoa, okay.
It was a joke. Anyway, I should thank you. Because of you, I was able to accomplish far more and save many more lives than I imagined. You feel different. I have the feeling I can always trust your words, whatever you say.
Do you mean it?
Well, take a guess. Oh, and lastly, there is another thing I should thank you for. For trusting me all the way till the very end. Until we meet again, Rover. Perhaps I'll meet you under an entirely different identity next time.
Hopefully we can meet again. That'd be dope. I like this character. Hey, Solitary Path, quest complete. Clashing Blades, new quest. No. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I literally cannot grapple to save my life. This is so embarrassing. I need to get back up there. Oh wait, hold on, up there. There we go. New character unlocked. Kind of want to play as her. She was really fun. I like. It's funny. I actually like a lot of the Electro type characters in games like this. All right. Dope. Did I do my dailies? Dang. Okay. Oh my gosh. Can I select all of them? Or do I have to go one at a time? Okay, I'm already 12. Nice.
Wind, guide me.
Whoa.
I should try to smile more, you say?
Okay, so I could unlock her. Summer outfits. Oh my goodness, what the heck? I'm like trying to figure out what I got. That's crazy. Because I just started this. Oh my gosh, look at how many things I can claim. Do not want to spend money on this game. As much as this game is fun, we are not spending money. Okay, I understand what this is though.
How did it go? Anyone hurt? Phew. You're still in one piece. Okay, okay.
Yeah, we found a lot with the tokens the last time. We had to fight this guy.
Goons are
It's
here
crazy.
in Jinzhou now? Things are more serious. It's me. I've only ran into some bozos before. Those wackos are hell-bent on making their own resonators. Said there's no right or wrong when it comes to resonance powers, and
They use mechanical manipulation to seeking power with such...
that Scar guy you mentioned sounds like
Yeah,
he's on a
Scar was
whole
crazy.
other level.
It seems he didn't intend to... I don't know what he wants from us.
I still can't wrap my... I went over the files. That case is ancient. It was dealt with and archived way before...
What happened to the village in the end?
Don't worry. The crooks were brought to justice and most of the village... But I didn't find anything in the files about that little...
So Scar really did take her away.
It seems like he did not hurt her.
If only we could capture...
I'm so lost.
And then Scar went there to tamper with the site and mislead you with fate.
Or maybe it's the other way around.
Fraxidus was planning to tell you something about what had happened in that village. Then our magistrate intercepted by leading...
She knew what was gonna happen.
Madam Magistrate knew they were going to lure you. Her token was a warning that the Fraxidus had their eyes on you.
We wouldn't be in danger.
You mean she's got someone looking out for...
Or maybe she...
I don't think I follow.
The legendary figure who... If all of these have something to do with your...
Come to think of it, this
Mr. Mortefi said it's an intricate. Yes, it's the 12th Shichen. Now we have the Shichen of.
So Rover, you gonna
Symbols on the larger disc represent time.
It's the way, right? That's the right one?
It's working. Symbols on the smaller disc represent. We have Tielong of the East, White Tiger.
I think it's the White Tiger of the West, right?
It's not
Nope.
working.
The Bird of the South then, right? Second try. It's okay.
Wow, you really solved it. Wait, I don't think it's something we're allowed to see. Quick, Yang Yang, we should turn around.
We solved this
Come on,
together.
Just go ahead and...
I see. The Grand Libraries. The Grand Libraries are vital for what?
Kind of like a big piggy bank inside...
Yes. You, Rover, if you need to visit the Grand Library first, there is a strong second.
So you're super important to Jin... Wow. I think we stumbled...
What's the matter, Rover? Something wrong?
There's a city hall
It
at the
is
center of
Jinzhou's
Jinzhou.
political center, and it's all the city hall was built when Jinzhou was established. Why do you ask, Rover?
Nothing in particular. Wishes to meet with me alone.
See,
I need to go
what
somewhere
did
on
I
my
say?
own.
Come on, Yang Yang. Relax, relax.
I guess you're right. We'll be waiting for you.
I think this is when we're gonna have the one-on-one meeting, right? Grand Library. Fast travel. Ugh. Okay. We're gonna see what's in here. We have to move the vases. There we go. Ooh, secret entrance. Solo challenge. Yeah. I'm sure that's fine.
I will be there for everyone.
Why hesitate if you know what you want?
Well, let's have her do the new guy. Yeah, this guy. This crazy looking guy right here. I don't want to go too crazy with him. Ascension successful.
In this world, there are only those things which are not yet known, not those which cannot be known. I seem to be one step closer to the truth I seek.
Yeah, just until there. I think we're good, right?
Why hesitate if you know what you want?
Oh my gosh, wait, there's skills. Oh, and there's a whole skill tree. Resonator rank 2. I think that's what I need to get to. All right, we won't go too crazy, but yeah, I'll solo challenge. I have a better feeling about where we are right now, though. For sure. I don't want to use too many resources, but I feel like we're just starting, so you need to, right?
That must be
at least with these 3.
Database. Part of the building is submerged. I should be able to find the hidden path underwater. It seems I have a puzzle to solve. Guess I'll check on the mechanism in the... I see. The control panel here does look like a musical instrument. So to gain access to the database, what is that sound coming from behind the Symphodi? This must be one of the missing notes. Now, how do I connect?
And then it goes 1 right there. Ooh, nice.
Part of the score holder just lit up, as I expected. The bell just raised out of the water. So that's what it meant by having the bells guide my path.
Nice. Ooh.
A new walkway has shown up. Seems I will need to look for tacit discords inside the city hall. No, they're not real. They must be some kind of digital simulation. It seems they're the guards here. Interesting how I'm not here. I suppose it's telling me what that sound. This is the second sono disc. I should bring it to the Symphodi.
I like this puzzle. They had to go collect all the pieces right now. Whoa. Okay, it's lowering. This room's massive, actually. What the heck?
The water level just dropped again. There's another 2 drums. One in the east and another in the west. I may find more sono discs down there. So this is the right way to go. I am being fed just enough information to work out the puzzle. This does look like Miss Magistrate's doing. The drum on the other side is unlocked. Guess I'll go check on it before I leave. Just the music I just heard. It must be the sono disc.
Ah, we
Here
found it.
Time to deal with the guards. Jinzhou City Hall is the political hub, while the Grand Library holds vital data. Considering how I just took out all those guards, this place is all. I've retrieved the 3rd sono disc. Time to head back.
Oh, it moved. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, it moved up. No, we just went down.
The bells will lead my path. Huh. I'll go work out the passageways.
Oh, I gotta go the other way. There we go.
This feeling. I'm being watched. This is the fourth missing note. Almost there.
And then we have one more right after this. Yeah, there we go. Last one's in the middle.
Now the water is all gone. One last note to go.
I feel like something's gonna happen though, right?
This is the last one. They've prepared quite the welcome for me. Hopefully this helps. Strike through the shadows.
Let me be your blade.
Embracing change.
Synchronization.
No hesitation. But the hour is upon us. I have the last Sauna disc ready. Time to go back to the Symphondai.
Well, that was easy. Yeah, I think leveling up my characters like crazy does like crazy work. You know what I mean?
Wind, guide me.
Uh-oh. Oh, I made it. Whoa.
Now I should have access to the database.
That's sick.
So this is the Grand Library. I'm not seeing anyone here. Well, it wouldn't have...
Thank
Ooh,
you
okay.
for leading the way, Rover. What a
Ooh.
magnificent place to set foot in.
So he was
Extensive,
watching me.
Exhaustive. Oh, how I want to carve the place inside out and blow it all to shreds.
Oh no.
Thought you'd seem a bit more surprised. I wonder
Why I knew this was happening.
So you've laid a trap for me.
Oh, so this was what it was? Dang, that's crazy.
Interesting. Do you really think you can trap me here?
You will not escape.
What a shame I can't stay and play with you a bit longer. Till we meet again, dear friends.
You're not going anywhere.
Dang, we're straight up fighting him. That's crazy.
Synchronization.
Embracing change.
Sounds come forth. Hopefully this helps.
Commence healing.
Break. I sense you're weak. Hopefully this helps.
Let me be your blade.
Leave it to me. Let the winds roar.
The hour is upon us. Bad timing.
Oh no.
Embracing change.
Let me be your blade.
Spurs. Hopefully this helps.
Let me be your blade.
Leave it to me.
So I guess they knew he was watching them the entire time. That's kind of sick. Just waiting for him to show up.
Rejuvenating snow.
Don't worry. Doesn't matter. Shape the shapeless. Give it my all.
No hesitation. The end has come.
Let me be your blade. Synchronization.
Leave it to me. Embracing change.
Strike from the shadows.
Nice, we got him. Whoa. That's kind of crazy.
Did you just offer yourself up to be my prey? Now, it's just the two of us. Stow away that irrational anger of yours. I just have a friendly reminder. Seeing is not always believing. Why are you so sure they told me the truth? Don't jump to conclusions so soon. Why are you so stubborn? Why can't you place some of that trust in me?
Well, maybe because you've just been like awful.
to make you behave for once.
You attacked my friend immediately. Oh no! Dang. I need my healer.
Embracing change. Verity shines. Administering first aid.
Disperse.
Synchronization. Shape the shapeless.
Swift and resolute. No hesitation. The hour is upon us.
Let me be your blade. Tempest.
Oh, we got it. Nice. Whoa. Okay, we did massive damage to him.
Embracing change.
Swift and resolute. Strike from the shadows.
Synchronization.
Hopefully this helps.
Let the winds roar.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weakness. The end has come.
Let me be your blade.
We're doing so much damage to him, it's kind of insane.
Hopefully this helps.
Full commence heal. Embracing change.
No hesitation.
Synchronization.
We got him. Nice. Uh-oh. Going to a third final form?
So you knew I was following you all along, huh? My Elysium only breaks under coordinated attacks from both sides. I can never get rid of all these pesky little helpers around you, can I? So you've joined hands against me with Miss Magistrate here. It does hurt my feelings, you know? You're always so popular.
Are you all right, Rover?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Of course he is. I'll consider my moment of failure a gift of sincerity, Rover. Choose me. I'll tell. I see. Then as the winners, would you be so kind as to tell me how you set me up?
Yeah, she got too cocky. That's what happened. We're gonna figure out what happened.
Now I have retrieved the Magistrate's message for me from the puzzle box. But it only points me to the Grand Library. There's no meeting time. I've solved the puzzle. The discs have been rotated, and the two symbols are now glowing. With this glowing light, a shadow is cast onto two other symbols. The Black Tortoise of the North, north to the City Hall. And the time reads the Shikshun of Cho, in the wee hours of the morning.
Dang, that's how we met. That's crazy.
It's been 3 days. We both made it on time. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Jinshi. It brings me great joy to see you, Rover.
Hello. Wait, why why wait 3 days to meet me in person? Did something happen? I'm not here talking about another production.
An emergency forced me to leave, and I only had the time to prepare some tokens for you. Please pardon my lack of hospitality.
Does that emergency have something to do with Fractus? With your Sentinel? Ooh.
Yes. The Sentinel of Jinzhou is currently absent.
Aren't you supposed to stay in their domains?
Correct. The Sentinels guide and guard humanity as a symbol of our civilization.
Oh, so the
When an
dragon's
agent
missing.
Sentinel goes absent, chaos is bound in situ. As this news could lead to civil unrest, please keep it a secret.
Of
Jinzhou's
course.
Sentinel Jue is being held captive by the Fractsidus.
Oh.
I had to postpone our meeting and put all my effort into finding its whereabouts.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Yes, our thoughts are connected, to a certain degree. I can sense his memories, feelings, and surroundings, though not very clearly.
Okay. We're gonna find this dragon and help rescue him.
Unfortunately, I haven't. I can feel Jue is in danger. The good news is, I have figured out the culprit behind all of this.
Is it Scar? Yeah.
Precisely. The Fractsidus plans to advance another lament and cause disasters worldwide. Overseer Scar had several objectives upon infiltrating Jinzhou. To track you down, to test your strengths, and to make you join their cause. To abduct Jue and to resurrect the Threnodian in advance.
Why me?
They must have discovered your value, likely from one of Jue's prophecies. If you join them, they'll gain significant power.
Yeah, so let's join them.
Should you refuse
Sell
to join,
us-
the
sell our
Fractsidus
souls to
will likely
them.
want to eliminate you, so you don't get in their way.
Yeah, this is giving me Blade Runner. The score is giving me Blade Runner vibes in a really good way.
I have a plan to apprehend Scar. Once we capture him, the Fractsidus won't be that much of a threat to you for the time being.
Yeah.
If you are willing to lend us a hand, I will ensure your safety during our cooperation.
Count me in. Can I have time to think? Oh, and act mysterious.
Of course. Your decision is valued, Rover. Speaking of which, you seem to have already gathered a lot from the tokens.
The magazine points to how people lived through the wars in Jinzhou. The Sugar Pearl points to the passive epidemics and disasters. Leaf points to Fractsidus. Sundial points to when we were meeting.
Impressive, Rover. The threat Jinzhou is facing is far worse than meets the eye. One of the Threnodians will soon be reawakened.
We're Threnodians.
They are the enemies of human civilizations.
Ooh.
Born from the dark side of our collective consciousness, We must defeat them to protect all of humanity. We have been doing our best to prevent the disaster, but the Fractsidus is accelerating the Threnodians' revival.
Oh no. So that's the boss that we have to fight, right? And that has something to do with me, right? I'm
Indeed.
assuming at the end if we fight one of them.
You defeated the Crownless and absorbed its echo with your bare hands. It is the tacit discord that embodies the concept of warfare.
Ooh.
Resentment of the fallen, fright of the ignoble, those are the emotions that lay ground for its birth. The Crownless is a tacit discord that possesses powers from the reviving Threnodian. Jinzhou is a border city with an unbreakable will and a strong spirit of resistance. However, we also fear the constant wars and loss of life, and the Threnodian can prey on that.
Okay, so the Threnodians, we have to fight them, I
You were
guess.
able to defeat and absorb a Threnodian-related tacit discord with your bare hands
Yep.
and resonate with other TDs. Meanwhile, Huanglong's records mention a hero with similar powers who saved our nation during the Threnodian War. He is mentioned in literature dating back to Jinzhou's establishment. To uncover your true identity, this could be a helpful lead to pursue.
You believe that person and I could be related in some way?
Yes, based on my own deduction and the prophecies of Jue.
Jue in the Gorgeous Spirits.
You mean the unfinished statue of Jue?
Yep, that's who we saw, right? Yep, the big dragon.
I see. Do you mind letting me know what you remembered? Since it's related to our sentinel, I might be able to help. Rover, the memories of which you speak. As I mentioned earlier, I can resonate with Jue, our sentinel. Your recollections, they align with what I've witnessed in Jue's memories.
Ooh, that means we're special, right?
Yes, I do remember seeing something similar. I believe it had truly happened in the past.
In other
In
words,
other words, you may be the person mentioned in our records.
ooh, so we are
The
special.
unwavering presence by our sentinel's side, bonded by an unbreakable trust.
I don't reckon resonators can live that long.
Resonators tend to live a longer lifespan, but it is indeed unprecedented to live hundreds of years without any sign of aging. So many mysteries about you remain unsolved, and your age is just one of the unknowns.
If this is true, who was I all that time ago?
Sorry, but I don't know. Jue's last piece of information pointed to the Northfall Barrens, where you should find the Threnodian. I pray you will find your answers there.
Ooh, okay, so we have a new goal in
The
mind.
Threnodian is resurrecting, and our nation is in grave danger. This reminds me of the Threnodian War all too much. Perhaps this has something to do with your mysterious appearance in Jinzhou.
Maybe,
Not really. I don't plan to believe in a hero showing up out of nowhere and protecting us. I am just presenting whatever lead I have about your past, as I know it is troubling you. I want to help you, and that is all there is to it. Thank you for considering lending us a hand. Your help is much appreciated. But please, do not feel obligated because of the information I shared. They are my people.
now I
and
feel obligated to help out, you know? Just because of her words, I'm like, dang, now I'm not gonna brush her into helping us. Okay, well, I guess I'm helping now,
Even
you
more
know?
so in the bravery of Jinzhou soldiers and our people. You deserve to make your own decision about this after uncovering your true identity.
Who am I?
I appreciate everything you've done for us during the past few days, and perhaps even longer ago. Once it all settles, I am ready to accommodate and assist in whatever future decision you make. You can leave Jinzhou, or the entire Huanglong if you wish. If you ever need me again, you need only ask. Let's keep this a secret between the two of us. How does that sound?
And then we cut back to present day when we're capturing Scar.
Scar, you are now under arrest for committing multiple felonies in Huanglong. Do you have anything to say?
What do I want to say, huh? While I'd love to tell you another story, let's cut to the chase, Madam Magistrate.
Very well. You will answer all...
Sure, why not? What do you want to know?
Why did you kidnap
Sentinel
Jue?
such as Jue can predict and correct future events. It gets in our way of achieving our sublime vision. We merely wanted to topple the set future built on lies and take control of our own destiny. Sure, why not? What do you want to know? The Threnodians. Together, they will bring us the promised true lament. And we will... Sure, why not? What do you want? What is the lament? Disaster? Curse? The lament brings death.
Ooh.
Reverberations that will be reflected, overlapped, and interwoven during the lament. Sure, why not? What do you want to
So
know?
that's why he wants to do it. He's insane.
Our goal has always been the same. We want you to join us.
I feel like he's gonna escape. And if I say no.
We will then be forced to, but I'm sure you'll willingly come to us. Sure, why not? What do you want to know?
You kidnapped Jue and revived the Threnodian, accelerating. Stop dreaming you can force Rover to join you.
How
Thank you for your concern. I have one last question for you. Abducting Jue, unless
I'm not the only overseer in Jin. I have answered all your questions with full honesty. You can try to stop us with all you have. Now, you seem convinced we caused the disappearance of Jue. What if I told you there was more to it?
So they weren't the only ones who kidnapped him.
about Jue.
Come closer and I'll tell you, Matt.
How dare you?
No.
Shocked, aren't you? What if I told you your sentinel had made this prophecy a long, long time ago? Your all-seeing sentinel abandons you now, of all times. Need I say more? We're merely adding a touch of extra fuel to the fire. Rover, care for a wager? I know you can...
Watch out!
He's gonna escape.
You are one of us, the Black Lambs, and you have been chosen to join us, ushering in the new world. Once you discover what you really are, you will come to us with no hesitation. The Fraxidus awaits your arrival with open arms, and I look forward to that day in sincere anticipation.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So what's this big plot twist? She's probably not gonna tell me, is she?
Sorry, Rover. What he mentioned about our sentinel is it a ploy to create distrust among us? Or Jue is the guardian sentinel of Jin, while I am the final decision maker. Without the assistance of Jue, I cannot guarantee. Thank you. Jue can predict the future. While justice may not be universally agreed upon, its decisions have for that. In addition, Rover, Jue to the Awakened One. When raindrops fall upstream, please head to the Northfall Barrens and seek General
Jihan
of the Midnight Rangers. I suppose so. General Jian is currently battling another TD outbreak in the Northfall Barrens, which will also but the ongoing war, since you won't need to go there right now. I know you're here for clues about your true identity. Have you heard about the Black Shores? It's an organization shrouded in mystery.
Okay.
With a secret. Upon your awakening, one of their members discreetly contacted me, but please don't worry. The Black Shores developed a special lament prediction system. While operating in secrecy, they are not an extremist group like the Fractals.
Wait, really?
They've been monitoring the situation in Jinzhou thanks to their extra help.
Oh, so there's like a secret organization that's on our side. That's cool.
This Blake Bloom is their symbol. The
Black Shores.
members usually wear it on their person. Rover, after the recent series of events, before you fell into that deep slumber, you ultimately, I suppose that this photo is yours to keep.
What's a photo?
Rover, are you all right? I see. Since you are likely being closely monitored, I suggest keeping an eye out for the Black Shore member. I'll do my best to find Jue. Until this is my promise. Yes. Please.
All right, that'll be good, right? We'll figure out what's going on here.
Sanhua,
Yes, Madam Magistrate.
I will be going on a temporary leave. During my absence, please help me handle my responsibilities in Jinzhou.
Understood. Should I continue protecting that rover?
No need. Both Chan Li and I will be away, and there will be more than enough paperwork for you to handle.
Oh,
Is
that's
Lady
great.
Chun-Li leaving for the capital? Please pardon my intrusion, but he...
Regarding that incident, we tried to warn him about the If he runs into another powerful enemy like Sanhua, you can place more...
Understood. My lady. No matter what happens, my...
Both the interrogation and my appointed meeting with Rover have already finished.
Scar only needed the two of you as his audience.
Whoa.
We already knew what he wanted, and we let him have as much.
He decrypted every message we intended to convey. It's only proper. Such intricate puzzles. I guess only Rover has the...
No detail is too small. I'm sure he understands. If everything goes according to the prophecies of... So, what did our captive...
That Jue had predicted I will have to fight it one day. A fight that will shape Jinzhou's future.
Well, that is... unexpected. But...
Can't say I am. I had suspected as much.
Where was it when you last sensed its presence?
It was... in Mount Firmament. Unlike Jinzhou City.
The place where the first people of Jinzhou lived.
I'll find Jue.
Our enemies could have planned it as a trap.
I understand. I will not let anything, or...
Would you let what you heard from Scar sway your
Who is this lady, right? That's my
No.
question.
He cannot ever turn me against Jue. I am the magistrate of Jinzhou. The prophecy speaks of a decisive incident for Jinzhou's future. My job remains unchanged. I will fulfill my duty.
Is that your final answer?
A single strand's neglect births mountainous upheaval. You taught me that. The safest option is for me to go in person.
Very well. Since we are already mid-game,
Cheng Li. That's Cheng Li.
let
Okay.
you decide our next move. This time, I shall be a pawn in your hand. Remember, I will always stand by your side.
That's
In
crazy.
this
I want to meet her now.
or any.
Am I a player or a mere pawn? I suppose there is no difference at this point. No matter what, I will do what I must.
Interesting. Oh, we're already done? That's crazy. I'm already 13. Unlocked. Okay, sick. We get to Act 5. That was a long act, though. Let's be
I will
honest.
Be there for everyone as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past behind.
Are these echoes? Ah, interesting. Nice. Cool. Oh my gosh, look how many things I'm getting. That's crazy.
We still have a long journey ahead of us. Let's press on.
I am Baizhi, a researcher at the Huashu Academy.
The streams have guided me to you. I have a feeling we'll be companions for many moons to come.
Interesting. I have to catch up with them. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Oh, hey Lumi. I'm going to stop streaming because it is getting late and I don't want to start a whole another act. I'd like to finish it all the way through. But here are my thoughts, at least right now, with Wuwa. Hold on, I need to find an exit menu. Give me 1 sec. I think I have to go. No, that's not it. There we go. Oh, I just see the power button. Okay, return to login. There we go. We figured it out. But yeah, so Wu was really fun. I can't believe we trapped Scar. He's probably gonna escape though. Let's be honest. He's one of those characters that always escapes, right? But it's getting more interesting. And I'm already liking it because it's a different direction from Genshin Impact, if you know what I mean. So I'm already enjoying it more than that. Just that alone. And the music is great. The action is great. The cutscenes are great. Yeah, I just kind of get sucked into the game and I feel bad because I don't talk as much, but like I'm also trying to listen into the dialogue and not talk too much. So yeah, Wuwa better than Genshin already. At least I'm liking the direction of the story. It is a little bit different, but man, the waifus are much hotter and they look of age, which is much appreciated. Love it. Yeah, and the side quest was insane. That was a side quest, and we did a whole side quest and then a whole new mission. So I feel like there's a lot to explore with this game, and the combat's great. I just feel like I need to get like the good characters, like that puppet master or whatever of the side quest. That was really cool. So definitely more stuff like that. But yeah, aside from that, I've been having a great time. We'll be streaming more Wuwa as we go on. But yeah, if you guys want to catch me, I'll be streaming Wuwa on Monday again, 8 p.m. same time. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch everyone later. I know it's getting pretty late here, so